Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I hope we're all having a wonderful evening, or as wonderful as it can get, given
Oh, I'm
the
here.
circumstances of the world news. We won't bring that up. Let's just say, I'm just going to cover this briefly. What's happened in the world is a terrifying thing, and our hearts go out to everyone who is struggling and all that stuff. We're not going to talk about that because this is a place for escapism. So if you're feeling any problems, this is just to help you forget about them or at least distract you from them. As is our roles as streamers. And speaking of streamers, I feel like we should talk about our guest today. One of the nicest people that you're going to meet on the Twitch, Spicy Britt. Welcome in.
Oh my gosh, the nicest?
Yeah,
Hello.
one of the
Thanks for
pure
having me here.
You're one of the purest souls that I've met in my
Oh,
ventures this past year and a bit.
Chris,
So
we have matching borders on our cameras right now. This pleases me
yeah,
greatly.
that was
I love it.
very much intentional. Mine's normally the orange one. I normally make. Oh, I should really give my guests the option of what color they could go for. Honestly.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. I mean, the orange and red looks good together, though,
yeah.
I will say.
Let's see.
Oh, I like the little graphic next to us for
Yeah.
the podcast. It looks really good.
Thank you. So
I
your
love it.
options are diamond blue, diamond cyan, green, orange, pink, purple, red, and yellow for the
Did you say diamond blue?
the diamond is the name of it, so it's either blue or cyan.
What's the difference between blue and cyan? I think I like cyan. Isn't that like a brighter blue?
Yeah, we'll go with cyan for this one. You'll see it in a few
Blue is my
seconds.
favorite.
Yeah, blue is great. So
Yes.
is that a 10 out of 10?
Yes, I love it.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful,
Love to see.
gorgeous.
Uh,
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 would set camera border to that again. But yeah, I feel like we should obviously ask the most important question first, and that is, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I got good sleep.
Yeah,
I told you that I woke up to a cuddly kitty, so that's always good.
yeah. Which kitty was
I
it?
haven't slept this late in a while. It was Tom. It's always Tommen. Arya
Uh,
doesn't like to cuddle in bed, but Tommen definitely does. Usually when I wake up, he's there, at least by the window. And then he'll notice that I wake up, and then he'll move away from the window and come cuddle with me. It's the most precious thing in the whole world.
oh.
Arya only cuddles when I'm on the couch. So while I was eating my cereal, she hopped up.
Yeah, my cats are very different in that sense. Like they're not the ones who just like if I'm lying on my bed, they don't come to me well they rarely come to me. They just normally say, "Hey, can you open up the curtain so I can look out the window?" or something like that. Or if I'm already awake, they just like to hijack my chair. So I'm just there say I'm going to get myself a cuppa. I've accidentally left the
You're
door
just a
a little
prop.
bit open. Yeah. I leave it just a little bit open, get myself a cuppa, come back. There's Tiger on my chair, and it's like, well, I better sit on the bed then. Uh,
Cute.
on the bright side, they have the respect to not claw this chair, so I don't mind them sitting on it.
But they
Although
claw other chairs.
they clawed the sofa to oblivion, so yeah,
That's lucky.
yeah. So with this,
Same though with
yeah.
the sofa.
I mean, to be fair, sofas are made from a different material than this, so that's probably why. Uh,
Sam.
Howdy, Sam. Uh, yeah, when it comes to my cats, it's just they just chill unless they are with each other, in which case it's despite the fact that they're mother and daughter, it's like Amber
Oh
told.
wait, did I don't know if I know that.
I think I mentioned it once. It's a very scarce bit of information, but also
Hmm.
yeah. So
Cute.
yeah, I feel like if we're going to talk about, yeah, I know, Sam. We've got a
Oh my goodness.
celebrity,
Celebrity.
celebrity.
Say it right.
Okay, celebrity. Spelled with two T's, or your money back. Uh, I was actually going to open up with that, saying Spicy Brit, she's actually British, or your money back. Oh,
Oh shit.
oh well. But yeah, to
That'd be
describe,
high stakes.
yeah, to describe my life with cats. It started off with Lorna. Back when I was like a very young kid, like must have been like 6 or 7, maybe even 8. And then she gave birth to 4 cats: Jaden, Murray, Sam, and Tom. Sam and Tom went missing, but I think they've like we knew that
Both of them?
Sam, only Sam and Tom. But we found out what happened to Sam. He just found a new home.
Oh wow.
I can't disclose I can't disclose what happened to Tom because I don't know. I think he probably found a new home as well. So we still had Jaden and Murray, and it's just been for the most part Lana, Jaden, and Murray for uh, about a decade, and then 2019 rolled around, and my uncle gave us Amber, who was a kitten at the time, uh, which is weird because that's also the same year that she gave birth to Tiger. So the way that story goes is that uh, so we got Amber, and then it was like 3 different reactions as a bike just goes off outside. It was 3 different reactions. It was Lana's "I don't give a fuck, just don't bother me." There was Maury's ever friendly nature, just being like, who is
Mhm.
this new specimen in our house? And then there's Jaden, who is naturally territorial. So that was so 3 different reactions, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it went well. And then in July, well, I think we figured out like in like June time, because cat pregnancy, fun fact, lasts about 2 months, I think. And
Oh.
in about May, we were going to get her neutered, but the vet didn't do it and didn't tell us why. They said we weren't old enough. You see, she wasn't old enough. I should say. And then it was like that doesn't make sense. And then yeah, we figured out that she was just getting bigger and bigger. And then we just thought she's got to be pregnant, right? And yeah, like she gave birth to 5 kittens,
So she
and
got pregnant when she was really young.
yeah, like I think she was born in like November. Like we think she was born like November 2018, so less than a year old. In
Oh
human
my.
years. Uh, I
Wow.
don't know how she managed to do that like so quickly. I mean, we do have like a lot of neighborhood cats, but still. Um. So yeah, she gave birth to 5 cats. Uh, the sad thing is only 2 survived the first week because like
Oh.
Uh, I think it was due to the fact that it was quite a cold July, weirdly. Like, it was a very cold month. And the thing, like, it's a thing with most cats in the world is that some cats just don't survive after, like, birth. And so only 2 survived. Those being Tiger
Yeah.
and Ghosty. And even Ghosty's gone now because in April 2020, okay, when lockdown began in the UK, we found out that he was ill, and it was like fluid buildup in his stomach, and like they got it out, but it kept building back up. I can't remember how exactly it
Oh
worked,
no.
but like yeah, he had to be put down unfortunately. So that left us with Amber and Tiger because in the coming years, Lana went missing. We didn't know what happened to her. But then like I figured out she's probably just died because last year actually before I met you, both Maury and Jaden died as well. But they all had good lives, like so. That's all I can really ask for when it comes to cats. And I know that this is starting to become about me now that I think about it, and my PC is shaking off for some reason. Uh,
This is okay.
yeah, so that's how my life
Hi, Steelman.
yeah, hi Thielman. That's how my life with cats has gone so far. So we've got Amber and Tiger still around, still kicking, still causing chaos. Uh, but yeah. What about you? Like when it comes to pets?
Well, my mom had a cat, like, whenever she existed when, like, before I was born. Her name was Penelope, and she was the only animal, like, we ever had, really. And she lived until she was, like, 18 or 19. She was a really old girl, but she is good. She was my mom's baby. We had another cat named Dusty, but only had him for like a couple of years, and he went outside. He was like inside and outside cat like yours are, and I think he like got into something and like it got him it made him sick. So we only had him for like 2 or 3 years. But now I have Arya and Tommen, and they're my own kitties. They're my sweet babies. But I've had like other pets. I've had fish. I've had gerbils. I've never had a hamster though. I've always wanted to have a hamster. And I've had guinea pigs. I had guinea pigs when I was younger, and then like when I got older and knew how to properly take care of them, I acquired more guinea pigs. And they actually last like a I mean, they live like a really long I said they last, oh my. They live like a really long time, surprisingly. Like more than a lot of other rodents. They can live
Yeah,
up to like 8 years plus 10.
yeah, and
It's
I feel
actually
like
pretty cool.
that's the thing with hamsters is that they are more of a gateway pet. Some people describe them because they have quite a short lifespan, like a few years. Uh,
Yeah.
so I can remember my friend Lucas. He had like 5 hamsters, I think. But because they had,
5.
yeah, not at once, but like over a certain
Oh,
amount of
okay, okay.
time. Uh, so yeah, like and that I'm guessing because like how quickly they all like he went from one hamster to another one to a new one to a new one. I thought, well, it must
Yeah.
must be a short lifespan. Every time I go to the pet shop, I nearly buy a guinea pig. Yeah, like oh, do you
Sam.
like? I don't know if you have like those kind of pet shops where it's just like you go into them and you just see like pets, like rabbits, guinea pigs, anything really. Do you have many of those like around where you live?
Yeah, we have a lot. I have learned in recent years that it's obviously not best to buy animals from those unless it's like an adoption service, because some of them around me have like animals from the Humane Society who they house and kind of like advertise at the pet shop. But aside from that, obviously it's always best to adopt. I went to the Humane Society once and I saw they had 2 guinea pigs there. I was absolutely shocked. I did not know that they housed guinea pigs or rodents like that.
Yeah,
But
it's like
it's tough.
kind of similar to the first time I went to an aquarium. They had a scorpion and a fucking tarantula there. I was like, that's not a fucking aquarium exhibit. Why are they there? And I was like that. Or no, it was like the reptile exhibit of a zoo, and they had a fucking 2 arthropods there, and I was like, that's not a reptile. That's reptile
What
food.
the reptile section always tempts me though. When I go to the pet store, that's what freaking tempts me. I've always wanted like a bearded dragon or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, definitely. Like a just a nice little lizard, like a little dragon
Yeah,
dinosaur.
and they're sweet. They have really sweet personalities sometimes, and they like to cuddle, and they're adorable. Trying to run a little zoo in my crib. Let's go, Sam.
Yeah.
Animal sanctuary when?
Yeah, animal sanctuary. You know what? If we ever get like a bunch of people together for a stream house, we're having our own animal sanctuary.
Streamhouse/animal sanctuary slash vegan
Stream.
diner. Let's go. Spicy
Oh.
Sam. Oh my god, Sam,
Yeah.
don't. Okay, we're
Sam's
coining the
just
term
named
now.
it. uh, Welcome in, Dom Gamer. How are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, so you talked about like like a vegan restaurant, you said, or something like that. Uh, so let's talk about
That'd be cool.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Let's talk about you being a vegan. Actually, I feel like that is an interesting thing because I think the way that I hear, like normally when I talk, like when I hear about vegans, it's either like they're raised that way or it's like they choose that from a very early life. But you've got quite a bit of a interesting like story
Vegan
behind it. I
kick.
feel like if I've recalled the correct information of how you uh chose to become a vegan.
Oh, it was really It really came out of nowhere. I hadn't ever considered it, but I did go vegetarian first. I think the first thing that kind of like triggered it in my brain was seeing a video of Steve-O like um going through like a meet and greet of three farm animals, and like they had names, and like he kind of briefly explained the process, and it was something I'd never really thought of before. Like the, factory farming and, just like consuming animals in general. So it was pretty immediate for me because it was more of like a conscience
Yeah, like
thing.
a knee-jerk
So it was
reaction to
really easy.
seeing
Yeah,
or hearing about something quite horrifying.
exactly. So it's never really been a difficult transition for me. I did go vegetarian first, and then well, which one comes first? I
It would
stopped
be
eating meat and
vegetarian.
I would eat fish. I was pescatarian, and
Yeah,
then I went vegetarian,
and then you went
and
vegan.
then I went completely vegan when I was in college. So it's been like 6 years now being completely vegan,
It's like when you see
and
those evolution images. It's like carnivore, and then vegetarian, vegan. Like the more you develop, the more you become vegan.
yeah,
That's how I'm imagining it.
yeah. I think it's funny because a lot of people like don't when they hear that I'm vegan, they don't think about the fact that I wasn't raised that way, and it's been a small portion of my life in the grand scheme of it. Like I grew up on the standard American diet, and my dad was a chef, and just my grandma made us home cooked meals all the time. But I think that's something that people don't really consider whenever they, kind of
Yeah.
write it off immediately. Like, well, I could never do that. And like I was there before. Like I never thought that I could
Yeah.
give up cheese.
Honestly, I'm like that right now. Like I have mad respect for you to outright choosing to stop eating these things because it's like, yeah, the process is like it's not a great process to do what is happening, but also I can't help myself whenever I look at a burger. I'm just like, mm, it's like a bit irresistible in that sense. But like I said, like you had a bit more of a slower process. It wasn't just like that. You like you said, you went to just eating fish, then just eating the dairy products, and then not eating any of that and just going full on vegan. So I feel like that's
Right.
how you would go about it if you had to go about it in any way. Because it's
You're
it's not
right.
a
That's like the
switch.
most successful way.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who have tried to do it cold turkey, so to speak. Like from eating meat, cheese, all this stuff every day, and then attempting to go vegan, and it doesn't end up working.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they end up blaming a lack of research or preparation
yeah.
for their failure. So it's kind of a shame, but also it's becoming more and more mainstream. So it's really good to see. Like there's vegan options everywhere. I could get vegan options at KFC now. I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, that's a. Thanks for the follow there, Wolfie. Uh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need to turn off my heater. I think that's what's causing my PC to take off. But yeah, that's actually a question that I was going to ask when it came to going from vegetarian to full on vegan. Is that was it like a thing that you had planned in advance that you're going to become full on vegan, or was it like a thing you chose to do? Like once you were like vegetarian, you thought, you know what, I feel like I'm better off being full on vegan. So when did that seed of becoming a vegan really plant into your mind? Was it before vegetarian or becoming a vegetarian?
I never considered being fully vegan whenever I went vegetarian because of cheese mostly. Like I couldn't imagine, and I ate eggs every single day. When I went vegetarian, I would eat them every day for breakfast or lunch, especially when I was in college. So I couldn't even imagine it. And what I remember being like the Kickstarter for me wanting to go vegan was talking to my brother about it and him telling me to stop being a bitch and just do it, just go all the way. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Why wouldn't I do that?
As
And
a brother myself, that is very much a supportive word that we give to our sisters.
and it freaking worked because that's the only thing that I can think of that actually like pushed me over the edge. And it
Yeah,
was really difficult at first. Because I worked at the dining hall at my college and I'd be serving like all this food, like all these pizzas and like all this stuff that I like couldn't have. So it was a really good test for my first year of being vegan, and I
yeah.
think being able to, you know.
Also, to be fair, whenever you're serving stuff, you're normally serving things that you can't have anyway. So it didn't like. I feel like in that sense, that's why you follow the rule of always eating before you work, doing stuff like that. Uh,
Oh, eating. I was allowed to eat whatever I wanted there. I was allowed to
ah,
eat whatever I wanted and as much as I wanted. One, because I had like the meal plan, and two, because like working there, you get free meals. But it definitely did make it difficult. But I was friends with a lot of the chefs there, and they were really cool, and they like helped me like make stuff special and like told me all the ingredients for things, and I had a lot of encouragement with like the full-time workers there, and I think that helped me a lot too.
yeah. I
No half
mean,
cents, Chris.
yeah. No half ends. We go for the
Chris
full
makes
ends.
vegan pizza all the time. I mean, Sam makes vegan pizza all the time. He
Ah,
he likes
yeah.
vegan
I
stuff
also
on
make vegan
occasion.
pizza all the time. Uh,
Are you lying?
yes, I am because I don't cook. Uh,
Oh, you just don't cook in general.
I mean, I would cook, but the problem is like family. Like just putting with like if there's any problem with my everyday life, it could probably you could probably chalk it down to family. Just in general, it could be like why don't I cook? It's because my mum tends to be the one cooking, and so I don't really find myself getting the opportunity to unless it's something like cheese on toast. Say so, like my opportunities to cook are very limited whenever because there's 5 people in this household and it's a small house.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's why I tend to procrastinate as well with stuff because it's just like, well, there are so many people in this house, they're just gonna be in my way. I may as well wait for at least one or two of them to be out of the house so that I can do stuff. And luckily, because my dad works and my little sister still goes to school, I'm able to find days. Unfortunately, that's also they tend to also be like days where I'm streaming. So like it's a very difficult thing. Like I'm pretty sure like you can agree when it's like when you have so many plans and you choose like the schedule to get other stuff done. And yeah, and actually that's a thing that we should also like bring up. The first time that you chose to stream, so you from what I'm hearing is that you had these wonderful supporters at the place that you worked in your university or in your college, some lovely chefs being very cool to you. And my question is, when like across the line of your life, when you saw like all these people come by, did you choose to basically? I assume that you've dropped that job now. Like
Oh yeah,
yeah.
whenever
Uh,
I left college, I stopped working there.
right. So how did it like? How did you go from there to choosing? You know what? I'm going to take up streaming. Uh,
Hmm.
like when?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I've worked in food service like since I started working. Um, and it's definitely has been and is still a passion of mine. So, I really would like to like pursue something to like having to do with food in the future, but I've also always really liked games, and I went to school for teaching, and wanted to I've always kind of wanted to like it's been a focus of mine to like be able to make people feel happy and make other people feel fulfilled. And before I started streaming, I had been thinking about it for at least a year or two, and it was always something that I felt like was out of reach for me or something that I would never actually get to start to do, because I just didn't know I didn't know if it would work. but I literally just would record myself playing games and I would practice. And I did that for like months and months until I finally got the courage to do the first stream. And honestly, if I hadn't met um if I hadn't met Ryan, Air 13's like community, and if I hadn't been reached out to by someone who was in that community who I like went to high school with, um he kind of invited me, and they were all really like accepting, and they were really encouraging. I wouldn't have started streaming if it weren't for them. So I had their support. Like that was a really good segue that you made, because you're absolutely right. Having them, and Sam, like Sam was there at my first stream, and they were all just there supporting me. I got a raid from my friend Demi, and honestly, it wouldn't be nearly where it is now if it weren't for them.
Yeah,
So I'm so thankful for that.
it's actually very interesting, like because it's like I like we've only known each other for what 6 months
I
about.
think about there. 5 to 6, yeah.
Yeah, like it was at, I
Since
think it
I
was at
played
the
Little
start of
Nightmares.
yeah, I think that was at like, it was like at the start of October because at the end that was when you raided me.
Hmm.
And I was like, this person's someone special. This is a special person here. Don't let them go from your life. Be their friend.
Oh,
Because yeah, like at the end of the day, like with the way that like I hear you like talk to people, the way that you stream, like you say that you're a you love video games, but I had to hold in the laugh there because I was about to make the comment. You wouldn't know it from your stream though, because of the running joke that uh yeah you are indeed a variety streamer, but you like people like to joke that you're more of a just chatting streamer who just plays video games.
yeah, it's really funny because that was never my
Hello
intention,
there.
but I've found that even more than I love to play games, like, I love interacting with everyone who enjoys watching my stream. It's just like, it's wild. It's something I'd never have imagined for my stream, and it just like blows my mind every single time.
Professional speedrunner of just chatting. Game of the year 2020. Remember that. Last of Us 2 was not the game of the year. Just chatting was. Uh, yeah. You play just chatting just like I play Words on stream. We just have to speedrun it, try and find some cheat codes, and
Yes,
eventually we
let's go.
might finish it.
There are definitely cheat codes for words on stream,
Yeah, the actual
right?
words. Technically, the actual words
Yeah, the
on.
actual words if you want to play fair.
If you want to play fair, then yeah. But yeah, so uh, you started in on May 31st. I believe you said May 31st, 2021.
Yeah, that was my very first stream.
It's weird thinking about it because that is so close to my birthday. So close to my birthday. It's like, uh, and the thing is, like, 2021 was a really it was a really fun year for me. Like, because in April that time, that was when I had my 6 months for streaming, and then the next month you started. It was almost as if like fate was planting seeds for my own like social happiness, and
Yeah, your own timeline.
yeah, it's like this has got to be fate, right? 2021 can't be this nice to me, can it? Uh, turns
Oh,
out, turns out it was. I mean, yeah, like I didn't see you, like uh, I didn't see you on any recommended up until October time. But even then, like you say that it was your first stream, you had uh, Air 13 and like all your community that you still have now coming back to your streams as Butspot decides to misbehave. But yeah, like the way that you have gone from uh, like less than a year. Let's just put this into perspective. Less than a year you've been streaming, and you're a natural at it. Let's just put it out there. You are a natural at
oh,
streaming. For
thank you,
this,
Chris.
like, I'm just saying the truth here because honestly,
Gee.
uh, if I did know you before, I probably would say like you're a natural for doing it so quickly. Uh, And like, if you thought like me, and you probably still probably see it with me sometimes, that it's just that when during my streams, there is a point where I start getting a bit shy or a bit like feeling a bit awkward, trying to find something to say, or like just thinking of like how to make the stream better while I am live. Whereas you don't really have that issue. You always like it's yeah, part of it like maybe like be because you have such a wonderful like active like community who are constantly chatting to the point where you're literally an hour behind. Uh, but it also can talk down to even if you didn't have that, like I think you like play, like I think you play games, uh, like you're able to keep it up. Like if you had say like half the amount of chatters that you do, hell, a quarter of the chatters that you do right now, you'd probably still make it like one of the most entertaining streams. Like I don't know how you managed to do it because I'm pretty sure like you said it before with your streams that you managed to like you have like you tend to get very like nervous or you would get very nervous like talking to people and then like somehow you're managing to pull off something as extraordinary as this. Uh, so yeah.
Yeah, it's really strange, and that's part of my hesitation, or that was part of my hesitation before I started, because my my social skills like in real life are not nearly as good as they are while I'm on stream. And I'm just so happy that I tried it and gave it a shot, because it is something that I genuinely really enjoy and that I feel very comfortable doing, and that I feel like really just like works for me. So it's so cool. It's just I feel very lucky to have this opportunity, and like I'm just really happy, and I'm proud of myself for pursuing it and actually giving it a shot, because usually, like it's easy to second guess yourself with stuff, and like with new things or like trying new stuff. So it's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think I can confirm for everyone
Sandwich.
when I say uh, we're all better off because of it. Like, and yeah, and not just with your streams as well. It's like with just getting to know you, and even if it like what you said is like completely true. Where it's like it's easy to second guess yourself. It's easy to think, should I be doing this? Like, I still second guess myself sometimes today. Like, but when you go ahead and you go for it and you like give it your best shot, then yeah, like I can't really say any like complaints about like anything that I've done throughout this past year because it's like I said, like taking that risk is worth it, and it's also taking that risk like sometimes which leads you to meeting new people. And it's like I said, I saw you through recommended on the recommended page like early morning, and I
That's
thought to
the
myself,
recommended section.
yeah,
Friggin' bless it.
one day I'll get there. But I saw you on the recommended section, and I was like, you know what? I do need to like find some streamers to see when I wake up. I can't like normally it's like I wake up and there's nothing there. So let's see who's online in the morning that I can go visit and say hello to. And first shot I saw your stream. I was like, oh, this person seems cool. Like they're playing Little Nightmares. I know some people who've been playing that. It seems like a cool game, and people who play it tend to be cool people. So let's give it a shot. And somehow a few months later we're doing this.
Yeah,
Who how
it
like
warms my heart.
yeah, I mean that just goes to show guys that take some risks, go the extra mile, dig deep, and eventually things will work out. Uh, and that was partially a quote from The Walking Dead. I'm it's
Chris, speaking of The Walking Dead,
oh yeah,
quickly, we don't have to go off on a tangent. Or
oh yes we
like,
do.
I mean, I could, I
Yes we
could.
do.
But did you watch Fear the Walking Dead?
Not not the actual show. I only watched like the Everything Wrong with Fear the Walking Dead season 1. That's all I've seen. But
Okay,
I know what's going on in the show somewhat.
you know what's going on in the show. Okay,
Yes. Uh,
I always counted it out. I always wrote it off because people said it wasn't good, but I freaking love it. Little Nightmares was a great era sandwich. It was fantastic. Also, did
yeah.
you see Tom's message, Chris? He said
Yeah,
I'm
I did.
really well.
I was fixing that halfway through your monologue.
Oh, okay.
I don't like. I've bumped it up by 4 decibels. Is it better, guys? Is this better?
Is it
Uh,
better?
yeah. Little Nightmares was such a great era. Like you played it, the first one and then the second one afterwards, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
and I did the DLC for the first one.
I
I'm a huge fan of Little Nightmares. I can't wait to watch you play Sandwich.
yeah.
And Sam, yeah, Subnautica era holds a special
Yeah.
place in my heart
I
as
mean,
well.
Subnautica era is still going on technically. Technically, still going on.
True, very true.
True. Yeah, like, and that's the thing, like, what was your first ever video game? Because, like, we talked about those games that you've been streaming, like Subnautica 1, and the Below Zero, Little Nightmares 1 and 2. You were a huge fan of Dark Souls, but what was the first video game that you've played?
That I streamed or that I remember playing ever.
We'll go with both. We'll start with the first game that you've ever played ever.
Hmm. Hmm. The first one I remember most vividly is probably Earthworm Jim. I remember that one, and obviously like the OG Mario, um, uh, Toe Jam and Earl. Those are some of my earliest game memories.
Oh, come on, bit right. Okay, that's good. Don't worry about that. I saw a comment.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing
Nothing
to
to
see
see
here.
here.
Nothing to see
Raft
here.
OG days.
Nothing to see here.
Jeff,
Oh, you saw nothing, Brits. I know you can't see my face cam, but you will.
how close? How... Wait, did someone redeem it?
No, I just saw. I just saw a cowboy Brit, and
Let's
I
go,
hate.
Cowboy Chris.
Yeah, yeah. We can say that.
Hi,
We'll try to.
Jay. Oh, he said.
We'll go. How about this? We'll go 5 minutes. You have to go British. I have to go cowboy.
Oh my god. All right. Let's do it.
So the first game you played was Earthworm Jim. I have no idea.
Earthworm Jim.
I have no idea. I have
You've
no
not heard
idea.
of it? Oh, that's
Never.
because
Uh,
you're just a tyke.
what did you just call?
Little
Oh wait,
ye
I
in a
turned to the
little
British.
hall.
What did you just call me? Little ye
Oh,
and little
pig.
hall.
You were a fan of Earthworm Jim? If you saw that, no, you didn't. Yeah, no. A super suit did fall.
Yeah.
The soil he did crawl. Okay, he's a fan. I don't
So
know. I'm not very good at this.
describe to me Earthworm Jim.
Sam, I don't know. How do I do your accent? Earthworm Jim, it's sort of well, it's a side scroller and you play an earthworm. Wait, I Google
You
Earthworm
gotta Google this.
Jim.
Why didn't you just Yahoo
I just need a
answer
quick
this?
photo. Oh, yes, he was in a spacesuit. That's what Warpig was talking about, the super suit. And he has like a laser gun.
Does the
I still
suit
know the
have a
theme
cape?
song. He knows the theme song. But it was very weird. It was a very weird game, but awesome.
Yeah.
Side-scrolling platform.
The only
You know,
side-scrolling
like almost
platform,
all games were back then.
yeah, the only two side-scrolling platform games I've ever played was New Super Mario Bros. On the DS and the fucking internet browser game with the dinosaur. Those are my only two side-scroller games that I've ever played.
I was a fan of a good internet browser game.
Yeah.
Sam, do not gas up my accent like that. I strive one day to be able to do Sam's accent.
Honestly, Brit, if you kept up with the British accent, you'd be given a citizenship, honestly.
Okay, this is good to know.
Yeah. And if I kept up with my accent, I'd get a restraining order from the US. Uh, but yeah, so your first, what about the first game you streamed? That's the next question. The first game that you streamed.
Sam gave us a little callback to it. He said Raft OG days. The first game I streamed was Stranded Deep
Ah.
because I I had just recently downloaded it because it was free on the PlayStation Store. It was the first survival game I ever played, and I decided that I really liked it, and felt it would be a pretty easy game to start off with, and it didn't require like too much of my attention, and I like couldn't stop playing it at the time, so I thought it would be perfect. And it was like a small category, and it was an easy way to transition myself into streaming. So yeah, I started with that 1 day a week. I started streaming once a week, and I did that for like my first month. So I really like took it super slow, and I wanted
This is
to make sure
loyal.
it was like sustainable for me.
Streaming is the Red Dead 2 of content creators. You just have to. It's a slow burn to the boil, but once you get there, you're off to the races.
Hmm.
Although we do have to talk about.
Speaking of Red Dead.
Go ahead. Oh, we're talking about the incident today because we might be thinking about the same thing.
I need to definitely start dabbling in it while I'm off stream, just like to do extra things to be able to actually play the game, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm really bad at it right now.
I
But if
mean,
I expect myself to finish it, and if you guys expect me to finish it, then I need to practice.
I don't expect you to finish it on stream, but I would recommend like if you ever like feel like you need to give up on streaming it, just play it off stream because I did suggest the game to my friend Mirror a few months ago, and she didn't like it simply because it's like a slow game, and B, the important things in the game are from the dialogue, and so if you're reading chat, you have the disadvantage of missing the dialogue or missing the scenes that are actually important because all of it's actually important in the main
Right.
story at least. Uh,
Yeah, and I find that a lot of times, like a lot of the encounters are kind of like timed, and I almost always miss out on those ones.
yeah. Oh
Like
god.
I was gonna do a shoot off with that one random guy that I found, and he thought I was like a pro gunslinger, and he wanted me to
Oh.
to shoot some pots with him, and then he was like, "Oh no,
Yeah, because you shot too early.
it took too long.
No,
I didn't shoot at
oh, you
all."
didn't shoot at all. uh, I mean, it's not as bad as me. Whenever like I've played the game for years. So when I tell you that even now I lose a quick draw because of aiming, against an NPC, then you know that it's it's not just you. It's not just your skill. It's just that
Hmm.
sometimes you can't kill Flaco Hernandez because he draws first, does a dolphin dive and shoots you in the chest somehow, and you can't shoot him in the stomach apparently. So yeah, I once missed the wolf when I was trying to save someone and shot the NPC and got the dishonor points. Yeah, I mean that's the big problem
So
with
much
Red
you
Dead.
need to know.
That's
I
probably
think it'd be a hard game to play broken up.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
It
that's
definitely is. It definitely is.
there's a clip actually on my channel. It's in my clip reel as well, where it's like I'm getting off a horse in a city. Citizens are like complaining about it, so I try to get on my horse, but also playing. I've also accidentally held down left trigger, which is grab a person. So I accidentally started choking out a poor lady when trying to get back on my horse.
So-
It's I was just like it started going from like a calm like oh sorry I didn't mean it, and then about 5 seconds later I was just screaming I didn't mean it.
Yeah, you can't take it back, but you just so desperately want to.
Yeah, exactly.
And the game is really fun. Like I enjoy the gameplay. We won't talk about what happened last night with that mission. We
Let's
will not talk about
I
that. Everything else has been enjoyable.
if I remember, you have to steal a wagon, right? Is that the mission? You have to,
Yes,
oh,
it's full of oil, the
yeah,
oil
the oil,
wagon.
the oil wagons. That is a pain in the arse. You either have to go in guns blazing as I hit my mic. You either have to go in guns blazing, or you have to like crouch and just slowly stealth and climb over a wall.
Let's
And
talk about it.
let's talk. We're talking about it. I get a
Last night we
taste.
did chatting, nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, if you sort of told me that, Warpig, I would have believed you. uh,
This is Red Dead therapy. Honestly,
yeah.
it feels like it. I'm feeling better already. Truly. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
lying.
is
I'm not
a
joking about that.
pain in the fucking arse to do that one mission. There's one point. I don't know if it's a clip, but I just remember streaming it, where I steal it, get away from everyone, but I didn't. Yeah, this is Red Dead therapy. But yeah, like I was going like I was uh walking like when I was riding the horse, and I didn't know how to reverse, and I accidentally got myself caught between two wooden poles, and so as a result, everything just messed up, and I had to redo the mission twice because I messed up riding it twice.
Mm.
And I didn't know how to reverse.
I got close a couple of times. I did get close. I'll give
Yeah.
honestly, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and try it again. If
Okay.
my friend hasn't completed it for me, I'm gonna go in and try it again.
I'm
I got
guessing
frustrated
is
a
your
lot with
friend
it.
your boy John Marston?
Yeah.
John Marston. Oh, what a lad. Uh, yeah.
I'm
So
gonna go see.
bear in mind, like you are actually giving it a much politer opinion than Mirror did when I suggested it to her. Uh, she was outright, roasting the game, and I was just like, "It's my favorite. It's my
Damn.
favorite game of all time. Have mercy."
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't want to say anything yesterday when I was struggling so deeply because I knew that it would offend many, but I was upset. I was very upset. It was personal.
at the end of the game,
Imagine only
at the
renewing
end
the
of the
mission
game,
twice.
at the end of the day, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Like, I mean, it's not entirely a bad game. It's not inherently. I mean, it is inherently a good game. It's inherently a great game. But if you don't like it, that's a different story. That's your choice. And that's the thing. I feel like when it comes to Red Dead Redemption 2, uh, it's the most shining example that video games can be art because art is completely subjective, and it's your interpretation of the art which makes it either really good or really bad. And so the people who like the storyline are going to say it's really good. But if you're having issues with, say, the gameplay, or having issues with like how overly important everything is, you may think a different way. And so, like, that's why I consider Red Dead Redemption 2 to be the shining example of video games are art. And in that sense, would you say that there's a game like that that you've played where you could say this is art?
Hmm. Well, I guess that's really, really heavily up for interpretation and like a like personal opinion, but I could definitely see why people say that about Red Dead just because it's so in depth and I mean it is visually beautiful. But I feel like I'm biased and like I would say that about my favorite games, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
But I think a good example is I really liked The Last of Us 2. That experience really resonated with me, like over the first game even. But that game immediately after playing, I wanted to start it again. We don't have to talk about it. Also Subnautica.
I'm. I don't like The Last of Us 2.
You did not like it,
I don't like it, but
but you didn't personally play it. You have other reasons for not liking it.
shut up, Bonsai. I mean, it's not. To be fair, when it comes to a story-based game, it's not a game that you don't really have to play it to enjoy it. You have to if it's a story which entices you to a game, which it is for me. I don't think you have to play the game. Like the gameplay is its own thing, but the storyline is also its own thing, and it's because of the story and how certain characters were written that gives me a passionate disdain towards certain characters that they made and a just general dislike to the game as a whole. It may be like a absolute masterpiece when it comes to gameplay, but also a B. You are a shoehorned character, and I will not allow this in my masterpiece of Last of Us One.
Oh, he hates Abby?
It's
Uh-oh.
not just Abby that I dislike. I mean,
Really?
I don't really like any of Abby's friends. Like, I'd probably like Abby more if they weren't all assholes, you know.
Hmm.
And if Mel was more than just a plot device. I know this is just me
Hmm.
roasting Last of Us 2, but yeah, like I've actually during a Red Dead 2 stream, fittingly enough, um, once like just paused the game and outlined all my reasons why I don't like Last of Us 2 and why I say if you like Last of Us 2, that is fine, but you can't say it's perfect because at the end of the day, nothing's perfect, and to treat the game as such would just be incorrect in my opinion. Uh, so yeah, like you said, Last of Us 2, I was hoping you'd say Last of Us 1. Because I feel like,
I I liked it again. I actually just replayed The Last of Us 1 through, but I just don't remember like feeling the same way or feeling as impacted as I did at the end of The Last of Us 2. It definitely was more immersive
yeah,
for
I
me.
guess in that sense,
But
like,
also it can be because it was more relatable in
yeah,
certain senses.
like I feel like when it comes to Last of Us 2, it is about loss and grief as its main part. Like in Last of Us 1, it was more like the side plot for Joel, and the main plot was about him, not just moving on, but also, um, having a new like yeah, new parental role in looking after Ellie. And I guess like obviously that's going to be a lot less relatable than losing someone to unfair circumstances like Last of Us 2 shows. But also I feel
Mhm.
like that's what makes it better is that how many games are there where it talks about loss and grief and revenge? And how many games are there where it talks about I mean actually to be fair, there's a lot of games that talk about being a father figure or a mother figure to a young. God of War 2018 was my first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, but honestly, that might be the only other one that's at least the only other namely one.
Yeah, and God of Boy. I actually watched the gaming wins for God of War, and it was I think it was Gaming Sins. I don't know which one it was, but then it was like a bonus round of how many times he said boy. What do you think the number is? What do you think the number is? The amount of sins that was obtained from the word boy. Guess the number.
Wait, what are you asking me to guess the number?
Yes,
Oh boy. Oh, why did I just
boy.
hmm.
Oh boy.
Do we count that one? Hmm. Thou over 1,000.
Okay, it's not that many, but it like the amount of times that they got a grand total of 205
Oh,
different sins.
205? That's less than I thought.
Yeah, bear in mind like that is just from the amount that they've picked up. It could be about 1,000 times. And who
Not a
knows?
boy.
Boy. I mean, that's also. I feel like if we were to talk about 2018 in general, that really was the year of gaming, wasn't it? Like God of War, Red Dead 2, Forza Horizon 4, and that's like those are my top three from that year. But there's like quite a few. Like when I go back to seeing like games in 2018, and you just see more games that came out that year. Spider-Man came out that year, like Spider-Man PS4 I think came out. No, hold on, wait there. I have to fact check this. Oh, I can't fact check this. Balls. Uh, but yeah,
You can't wait.
because if I do that, it'll go over to a tab and not to your webcam. But yeah,
Spider-Man came out in 2018,
yeah, Spider Man.
developed by Insomniac Games and published by
Yeah,
Sony Interactive
I
Entertainment.
couldn't remember if it was Spider Man or like a related game to it. But the other one I could think of was Miles Morales, and that came out in 2020, which I personally think should have been Game of the Year, just because it's Spider
A lot of
Man.
people said that.
Yeah. I mean, it's short. I will say that, but I prefer a short game which is overly loved than a divisive game that is long. Which is also probably why I don't like Last of Us 2, because it was just straight up divisive. And I feel like
Oh yeah.
I feel like that translates into quality sometimes. Like, yeah, props to it for taking risks. But I feel like when it came to The Last of Us 2, it was on paper a good idea, but like when it came to the execution, I feel like they handled Abby's backstory insanely poorly because, like I said, it just felt A, shoehorned in, and B, the typical thing that we've seen in every other form of fiction of you killed my father, prepare to die. You know, I'm not exactly enticed with the same repetitive like story arcs of revenge. Like the reason why I like John Wick so much. I don't know if you have you watched the first John Wick.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, do you mind if I give spoilers?
Um, sure. I mean, do whatever you want. I'll
Yeah,
probably watch it someday,
yeah.
but
So the plot to John Wick. I mean, it's an entirely a revenge mission, revenge film, but like it has layers that which make it more than just a revenge film, and it's just like more like the main drive or like the first drive that you see is from revenge, because he's grieving, he gets given something else for like which gives him the help to grieve like in a better way, and that's instantly taken away from him. So it's more layered than just you kill this person, prepare to die. It's you kill this thing that, or you've like you killed this part of me that was trying to help me grieve for something that I already lost. So it had a bit more of a layer to it than just every other revenge mission or revenge film or revenge game that you see in fiction nowadays. And that's my opinion on just like the same tropes. Is that you kind of have the same tropes, but just add a layer to it, in my opinion. Uh,
yeah. I get it, but I also do think that there are a lot of layers to Abby's character, like in regards to the revenge angle, because you could kind of see that she was fighting, like, even though like she was very ruthless about it in a lot of the scenes, she was also kind of like fighting with herself about the way that she was acting, and she kind of did have pity for the people who she was acting against. It seemed like in certain scenarios. So I thought that's why um
yeah, but then like
her
the
character was
next
interesting
day,
to
she's
me.
instantly back into revenge killing mode. After
Well,
learning,
at first I hated her. Like at first I hated Abby. I didn't want to play as Abby, but it definitely grew on me and I definitely understood, especially like towards the end, like I think it definitely rounded out her character. I mean, in my opinion, for me, it definitely rounded it out enough for me to be able to respect her character.
yeah,
John Wick Trilogy Night. Ooh, I
I've got the first
do you think
two.
that's on any streaming service?
I've got the first two, so I mean, I'd happily offer to do it because I've already done the first John Wick in my Discord. I'll happily do it again in yours.
Can you wait? You have them? You mean
I have them
like the
on my
the
Google.
disc?
I have it on yeah. Have it on disc and I have it on like because it came with a code, so I've got it on my Google Play as well, so I
Oh,
can just share my screen
okay. That's cool.
as long as it
I
doesn't.
never really I never really realized that you could have just like a web, not a web, like a computer version of a movie that you have bought like on a
I
disc.
didn't realize
Does
that.
that
Like I thought, I just like it. Well, I've got the okay. It's behind a bunch of other cases, but like it was like the case. It has both like the disc, and then when I opened it, it says, "Hey, you can also have this on your Google Play. Here's the code for it." And I
Mhm.
was just like, you know what, that's a good idea. I was like,
Mm.
that's a neat thing. That's a neat thing.
I need to start paying attention to that more.
Yeah. So
That'd be cool.
whenever you like get yourself like a physical like copy, just look at the stuff, see if there's a code for it or anything like
Do
that.
those kind of things expire?
I would imagine like they may. Uh,
Hmm. I
But
think I have a copy of all three. I think we have the trilogy. I'll have to look.
yeah, I absolutely would recommend because it's like the best action you're ever going to see because it's Keanu Reeves. He does his own stunts, so of course it's going to look better than a stunt double with a million cuts. Instead, it's like a lot less cuts, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that part is really cool
yeah,
that he does his own scenes.
yeah.
Oh, they do expire, EJ? Okay.
All right.
Sag.
So yeah, we went on a very long tangent there. We went from Last of Us 2 to John Bloody Wick. uh, but yeah, so yeah, we talked about like video game thing. I'm pretty sure you said Subnautica as well in that.
Yeah, because that game is you really have to like look for the story and like look for all of the really cool little tidbits. Like they they put references to Jacksepticeye in the game because he did so much for the game whenever it was first released. And like I wouldn't have known a lot of this stuff about it if I hadn't streamed the game. Like if I was just playing it on my own, there are a lot of things that I would have missed, but it was really freaking impressive to me. And even though you kind of had to like really dig for
Yeah,
the story, it was super rewarding at the end, and it was a very beautiful experience for me. So I'm really happy that I chose to play that one, especially on stream.
this is just causing the alarms go off in my head, just being like, play Red Dead 2 again, Chris. Replay the game. Because like I had the same thing where it's like you have to dig for the story. It's less of a dig, but I just love the reward at the end. Uh, yeah. So like, I don't know why I'm just so like. I don't know like if you've had this experience with a game where it's just like you've played a game, you're like this is the best it's ever going to get, and then that game comes out and you're just like this is something else entirely. This is just on a new level to everything else that I've ever played before. But I've got that relationship with Red Dead 2 because I'm not a fan of Red Dead
Mhm.
1 simply due to like the clunky gameplay and the fact that I played it about 6 years after it came out. Uh,
Oh.
so like at that point the gameplay was outdated and there wasn't really much of a story because it was in 2010. Uh, and then Red Dead 2 came out and it's like not only having the expectations of Red Dead 1 being like okay it's a good game, it's a great game, but I don't think it's gonna be my favorite of all time. And then I played it, and I was just like, "Fuck." Sorry, Black Ops 2, you've been replaced.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Yeah, I like the number of people who say that, like I don't want to do the game a disservice. Like that's why I'm so torn on like how to go about my gameplay cuz like I want to complete it. Like I want to experience that for myself and, you know, be able to make my own decision on it. But like with all of the intricacies and like you said, like the dialogue being the most important part, like I want to be able to really like, you know, soak it all
experience
in
it. Yeah.
effectively. Yeah, right, exactly. So I'm just like trying to think of how to balance that while also being able to stream it and share the experience on stream. So I think with, you know, just doing some like random hunting things or like maybe some just running around aimlessly and finding side quests, I think that would really help me a lot, like when it comes down to doing the
Ooh,
main
that.
story quests on
Yeah.
stream.
That's actually a good thing about Red Dead 2 as well. The open worlds has so much for you to discover, not just in the hunting. You're gonna find some freaky shit at night, and you're going to find some equally freaky shit during the day, but a little less freaky. Like it's got
Yeah.
some like I'm not going to give any spoilers, but like Rockstar did this in GTA 5 with one of their little like open with their open worlds, and they did it again in Red Dead 2, and you just have to find it, and you'll
Mhm.
find it. You just have to have a certain time of day, a certain place to look at it, and there's also like some clues in the map, and you know the journal that Arthur has. That's
Yeah, I have yet to really look in it.
yeah, it's normally just like him, just like talking about the past missions, being like, "Dirt doesn't seem like dirt anymore," or something like that. Uh, But then, like, if you observe something, or inspect something, I can't remember the word that they go for with it, then he'll
Study.
draw, study, yeah, then he'll draw it in his book. And sometimes, like, you'll find something, he'll draw it in the book, and yeah, like, it's just like, when you say, like, you struggle to find a way to play the game, is that, like, for me, it's like, you could, like, there's every chance that you could just play the whole story off stream and then just do the free roam, find all that stuff on stream, or vice versa. Like, it's like I said, video games are, it's how you interpret it, and in that sense, it's how you choose to go about it, how you choose to see it fit, how which works best for you. Like, for a game which has a linear story, it gives you a lot of freedom for it. I find, and
Right.
yeah, we're talking a lot about video games. I mean, that's one of the parts of the podcast, but we're also here to talk about you, aren't we? So,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't mind at all. I don't mind the especially like the Red Dead talk. I appreciate it and it's actually helpful for me.
yeah. Uh, it's
It gives
like,
me more hope.
it's like when I've only had Mario Kart for about 2 months, right? I'm already teaching someone who's played it for like 6 months how to play it, or like how to do better on it. Like, I'm just like, I don't know how I managed to. I think it's because I've played a lot of Mario Kart Wii, but it's like I was playing it like, I think it was either my last stream or the stream before. I was playing it with my friend Kels. Let's give her a shout out actually, because she has a very similar energy to you, where she's just wholesome, uh, and like a really cool person, and you like I think cool people should know
I
each other.
streamed Everhood. What's Everhood?
Good question. I think it's like some sort of murder thing. Like, it
Oh.
looks like a murderous Undertale, but
Hmm.
Undertale can be murderous as well. So who knows? Oh, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics. That
What? What they had? I did
Sam
not know
has
that that
a
existed.
point. Yes. Oh, tell me. We talked about the first game you played. What about your history of a game's consoles? Winbud. At the Winbud.
Gosh dang it, Budspot.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pretty lucky like growing up because I mean my brother played games a lot, so whenever whenever like we played a lot of games together. So like for Christmas we would get like a gaming system to both of us and like we would get like a game or two with it. But what was the first one? Probably yeah, we just had like the Super Nintendo. And then the PlayStation 1 we had, and the Nintendo 64 was like my first favorite, I think. And we got the green one that came with Donkey Kong 64. So I
He's
was a
the
big fan
leader
of
of
that.
the bunch. You know him well. Finally back to kick some tail. I don't know why I went for that voice, but sure. Uh,
Coconut gun.
uh,
Hi, Phonam.
one
Little
winged,
lurky.
one winged Kong. When I sent you that,
Yeah,
that was a good
those renditions were good.
that was a good tangent. Uh, but yeah.
Also, GameCube was probably my favorite. Um, I played Wind Waker on the GameCube. I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. Played a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the GameCube. That I really liked that system. I'm happy. Oh, Super Mario Brothers Melee.
Ah,
I mean Super Smash Bros.
yeah. Super Smash
I
Bros.
actually have that copy. Like
We,
we
I mean,
reacquired
we
it.
are very much showing the age gap between us two, because, like, when did the PS2 come out? Because I'm pretty sure it was before I was even born. Like, for as long as I can remember,
The
I've
PlayStation 1?
the PS2,
Oh, PS2.
PS2. Like, because for as long as I can
Damn.
remember, we've always had the PS2. And Ratchet and Clank. Well, you could say Toontown was my first game, but my first console game was Ratchet and Clank, the original. which came out in like 2002, 2003. And I'm a
Wow, I love
2001
Ratchet and
boy,
Clank.
so yeah, I'm a youngster. Uh, sorry for making everyone feel old, but I am baby. Hey there,
Cyrus!
Cyrus. Hey there, hey there, everyone. Uh,
Parents didn't understand you need an expansion pack. Oh
yeah.
no.
PS2 was 2000. Okay. Yeah. So I am 1 year younger than the original PS2. I do apologize, guys.
Damn!
Uh,
I got a brand new PS2 for Christmas one year. Like my brother and I got one. Damn, that's
yeah.
wild.
So yeah, for as long as I can remember, so we had the PS1 already like, as a thing, but like that's already been stopped playing because the PS2. Oh, come on, bitrate. Okay. Uh, but yeah, we always like the PS1 stops being played because every game that we had could be played on the PS2. The original backwards compatibility, guys, was PS2. Just letting you know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I played stuff like Crash Bandicoot on the PS2 instead.
As long
Um,
as you had a PS1 memory card.
yeah, and we had that, so yeah, it was very easy.
Hell
And
yeah.
then after the PS2 came the Wii, and that's where my Mario Kart world began. And then after the
I
Wii,
never had a Wii.
yeah, like it was the console to have, honestly. Uh, Fun fact,
Yeah, I definitely missed out on that one.
yeah. So, and you'd think from after having a PS2 and a Wii, I would either go for either a Wii U or a PS3, right? Wrong. I went for the Xbox 360 because everyone had an Xbox 360 when I was growing up, and I
Good
decided,
choice.
yeah. So
What a great system.
that's how I fell in love with COD Zombies, Xbox 360 with Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and eventually Black Ops 3 on the Xbox One, which it's weird that yeah. Try pressing Control Shift Windows B. Uh,
Miss
okay,
out on
thank you, Sexy.
GameCube. No, that's
Uh,
sad.
yeah, I missed
Sam, you
out.
have the original in a package box?
I missed out on. Let's see, I missed out on the GameCube, the Game Boy Advance, the PS1. Uh,
Oh, Game Boy. I'm forgetting the Game Boy Color. I had like the transparent purple one that you could see inside. Oh my gosh, I used to play
yeah.
like 101 Dalmatians game on there.
Oh, that.
Pokemon Gold.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about Pokemon because it sounds like a good idea, and it's something it sounds like something I'd want to do. But then I would also feel like, well, I'm not really a Pokemon fan. But I could be a Pokemon fan, but I may not. I may end up not liking it. So I'm
Right.
like I've got this confusion. Like I have the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's just all that stuff where it's like, oh, it looks cool. I know like it's associated with nerd, but it looks cool. I kind of want it, but do I want it? Do I prefer to just kill
Yeah.
zombies?
I feel like Pokemon especially would be like difficult for someone to introduce themselves to if they don't have like a like previous knowledge or interest in it. Because like I like collected the cards and like would trade them with my neighbors when I was growing up. So like it's kind of like I already have that, you know,
You had Pokemon
interest.
cards. My generation had Go
Yeah.
Go's
Oh
Crazy
yeah.
Bones.
What the
Oh,
hell is that?
they were the best things. Like, you know how like
Wait, can
sometimes
you
you have
say it again? What?
Go Go's crazy. Well, I'll put it in
Go
chat.
goes crazy bones. What?
Particularly
What?
by
You're comparing you're
particularly made
comparing that
by
to Pokemon?
that company. Uh, but yeah, like I'm comparing it to Pokemon because it's like it was a collectible thing. Like it was like a minifigure. They did have a series where they added cards with it as well, but the main thing was you had three Crazy Bones. You can trade them. Like they were like I don't know if you had any equivalent other than Pokemon cards for your time, where like, but in this case it was like you had them like a little like that size figure. You can place it face first on the ground. They would have one of their own. You do that to guard like a little goalpost, and then you flick it, trying to knock down the other crazy bone. Like that was all the rage in the late 2000s. Like I don't know if you've got any equivalent for that, but that was something else in my childhood. Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh cards did slap.
yeah.
I liked to like actually like battle with those ones. I didn't do much trading with those because like I didn't have very many, but my friend had enough for us to both have a deck, and they were really fun to battle with.
Yeah. Oh,
Also, Generation 1 Pokemon was yes. I definitely fell off after like Gen 3,
yeah. And Sam said
but
earlier,
the OGs are
BO1
good.
and BO2 on the Xbox 360, favorite period of gaming. Yeah, so that was like 2010. Well, that's for me that would be 2009 when Left 4 Dead 2 came out, all the way to when would the golden era of gaming feel like the end for me? Other than like if we're making 2018 an exception, 2014 I would say. So 2009 2014 would be my you know uh era of like golden age games for me personally. What would you say yours is in terms of years of gaming of consistent getting a new game and it's always knocking it out of the park?
Hmm. I don't know what years it was, but like I think it was definitely like I think it was like the same time where PlayStation 2 and GameCube were like both like really popular, but like every game that I got on the GameCube I thought was a freaking banger. Like even the fourth Spyro game, like was a big fan of that. Like I got that on GameCube, but like when Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3 came out, Jack 3, like that whole era I think
Yeah,
was real
like
good.
I think that was like Wait, so Ratchet and Clank 1 would have been 2002. So 2003 was Ratchet and Clank 2. So 2003 on
Yes.
to we'll say 2006,
Mm.
2007. Uh, so yeah, like definitely like that's the thing. Like depending on what generation you grew up in, because I was born at the very start of the 2000s. I've
Right.
I've always been a millennium boy. Fuck, I didn't even get the chance of seeing a glimpse of the 1990s. uh,
Hmm.
uh, but yeah, like that like because of that, it's like I grew up seeing like just only having like a few games, none really well known. Like yeah, Ratchet and Clank One, yes, Wii Sports, yes, Mario Kart Wii, but also The Incredibles: Rise of the Underminer. With that,
Hmm.
good games that I enjoy,
Yeah, that
but
one's very niche.
yeah, that no one knows about. And so I
Right.
really got into gaming once I did get my Xbox 360. So yeah, so that was like 2012 when I got it. And for my birthday in 2013, I got Minecraft, BO1 and BO2, uh, primarily for the zombies. And that's like I feel like that's the thing when you grow up playing games is that uh, you're always going to remember like a few things of your past, but once you get to a certain age, you'll think that's like that's gaming right there. That's when I truly became
Hmm.
a gamer. Uh, so yeah,
Gamer.
I mean, and that's also a thing. It's like anyone can be,
Yeah, it's definitely like 2002, 2003.
yeah. Um, so yeah, like when it comes to being a gamer, you start off slow, and then you just can't stop. Back now, dear, as some would say. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm like the second youngest generation, and I'm the boomer saying back in my day,
Back in our day.
back in our
Yeah,
day,
dude, this definitely is aging me,
back in my back,
but well,
yeah, back in my
but
day, you could go to
favorably.
your local Sainsbury's and get Black Ops 2 for 10 quid. Now you have to pay 60. Oh,
Apparently games have always been this expensive. I did not know that, but
I don't know
that's what I
about
was
that because, like I said,
told.
I legit like in like the year 2014 went up to my local Sainsbury's, which is a supermarket, and a 2012 game was £10. Maybe it was like maybe it was like £30 at the time, but it was
Mhm.
£10 like in the years that followed, and it was still a game that held up because Xbox One only just came out. So yeah, like I feel like when it comes to that, they say like video games have always been expensive, but also like I don't know, like, I've never really seen a game, like, from back then that was ever charged. Like, I mean, I guess you have to consider inflation as well, can't you? And exchange rates.
Hmm.
So that is, like, a very much real thing to consider. And now as an economics student, so I should really know this, but I don't. Um, I,
Really?
yeah, I mean, I failed economics, but I tried my best.
But I was a student.
I was a student. That's why I say I was a
Still
flat.
counts.
Yeah, that's why I say that's why I didn't say like I've done economics. I just say I was an economics student. I learned stuff, but I don't know everything. like, and then like I also studied media, like media studies. I got a C in that, so I passed that. Uh, and then I did applied science in the BTEC. I've just realised you're American, so you won't know the British education system. Hey Troya, hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, like, oh, I hate the education system here. I mean,
Joy?
I hate the education system here just simply just the fact that we always had to wear uniform. Like, the way that I feel like we should actually discuss like the difference between UK and US when it comes to our systems and stuff. Like, for example, you call this weird lemon juice lemonade.
Lemon juice? What?
Yeah.
It's not juice.
It's, well, it's
It's
not.
lemon sugar water.
Okay, lemon sugar water. I mean,
Lemonade. Yeah, lemonade is just an easier way to say it.
and in
Lemon
the
juice is pure lemon.
okay, that's fair. And then in the UK, lemonade, just like cherryade, like appleade, like raspberryade, like orangeade, it's all just carbonated. It's all carbonated. Age just means a
Uh-huh.
carbonated drink. So like, and I find that very weird. That stuff like that can just get lost in translation over two countries that speak the same language, basically.
So
Um,
you don't call carbonated beverages soda.
we just call them fizzy drinks or pop.
Oh, fizzy drinks. So it's not a lemon fizzy drink, it's lemonade.
Yeah,
Why
lemonade.
are there so many different names for it?
I mean, pop is just a general term, or a fizzy drink. Like that's just a general term for it. Lemonade is the actual name for it. And so, like,
Okay,
whenever
so what if it's like a cola?
oh, cola's cola. Like that is
Okay,
just itself. Like also,
specifically.
I just wanted to make this distinction. Coke and cola are not the same things. Cola is the drink. Coke is the brand.
Right.
Like, because Coca Cola. And that's why whenever
Can be
when
misleading.
yeah, whenever my mum says we've got Pepsi, I'm saying that is not Pepsi. That is Sainsbury's Basics Cola. It's delicious, but it's not
It's
Pepsi.
not the same. Wait, what's wrong with garbanzo beans, Sam?
Garbanzo. How do I pronounce that in an English accent?
How do I speak in my native tongue?
I know. Like, I mean, that's my life in a nutshell. How do I pronounce this in my own accent? Hello, Nebby. How are you doing? Hope you're doing very well. But yeah, when it
They're
comes
chickpeas. Oh,
chickpeas.
I definitely say
Oh,
chickpeas.
that's another thing. I mean, I know you're correct. Like the US term is correct for this, but you call you call crisps chips when we call them crisps. You know. So whenever you talk about your favorite chips, I'm just thinking to myself, fries, like cheesy fries, cheesy chips, and then like, but then you
Always
think,
fries.
but yeah.
Hi, Neb.
But the reality is like you're talking about crisps. So I'm just like frazzles, mate. I've actually got. I've had
Yeah, when I think
KFC
of
today,
crisps, it's it's more like a cracker, like crackers, rather than
I
like
mean,
potato chips.
and that's another thing. Crackers. I mean, crackers are distinct to your cookies slash biscuits.
Oh yeah, and cookies or biscuits for you
Yeah,
sometimes.
biscuits are like all cookies are a type of biscuit. And you know we've got like
At least
digestive.
weed is universal.
uh, no. We call it bloody. We'll probably knowing us, we'll probably call it the actual chemical term for it. This is hydrochloric acid. I mean that's not what weed is, but yeah. Uh, we call it vegan hair. Oh, but no, yeah, like electric letters.
Electric lettuce, that's a good one.
Torch and flashlight. That's another thing because torches don't flash. So why is it called a flashlight? If it doesn't flash, it's just a torch. Off on. That's the thing when it comes to translation between stuff. It's like one
Green
makes more
Bam
sense.
Bam.
One makes green bam bam. Yeah, one
I
makes more
think of
sense
a
than the other.
torch as being like an open flame.
I mean, it is sometimes an open flame, but it's like also like I guess the way that we determined it is stick with light on the end. So
Yeah.
I guess that's why we termed it a torch. Because just on off. It lights up the area. And if it's a very bad torch, it might accidentally burn you. You know, you might find yourself getting slightly hurt from it. But yeah, what's probably the most obscene one? Actually, I've got a thing that I wanted to do. I can't find out where I've put it. Okay, actually, I know where it is. It's in my document called Random Tosh. Do
Random Tosh.
you know
The
what
word
Tosh?
aluminum.
Aluminium. Because
Aluminium.
we. I mean, the way that it's being spelled is how you pronounce it, but it's not how it's spelled. It's got another I between the N and U. So where is it? UK versus US name. So we should do like a nice little speed round here, I think. Um. So let's see. I mean, some of these are quite easy. Uh, some of the stuff we've just mentioned. So I'm going to give you the American version. Well, actually, do you want me to give you the American version or the UK version, and you just guess what it would be called / what it is in the other one?
Mm.
Which one would you prefer? Me to give you the UK name or the US name first?
I don't know. Whichever one you think will be more of a challenge.
Oh, not. Hmm. Okay, so tell you what. Yes, we'll go with US. We'll go with yours. So we'll start off easy. French fries. What are they
Okay,
called in the
those
UK?
are chips in the UK.
Yes, correct.
Chips. Good one.
Biscuits in the US. What is the UK alternative for that?
Wait, what?
Biscuits. So we said that biscuits
Oh,
in the UK are
biscuits. Okay.
cookies,
Okay,
but
cookies.
what in the US they're called biscuits. What would the US biscuit be called in the UK? Would you say?
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Pastry?
Close. It's a type of pastry. We call it a scone or a scone. Uh,
Oh, okay. A
and it's
biscuit
not
equal.
technically incorrect because I think your version of the biscuit compared to the scone, yours is savoury, right? And not
Usually
sweet.
biscuits are savory. Yes,
Yeah,
scones are sweet.
our yeah, sweet. Okay, so shopping cart. What is that in the UK? What is that called?
Shopping cart. Trolley.
Yes, trolley. It's also
Yay!
like a word for tram, I guess, like in terms of vehicles. So yeah. So the season in the US is called fall. In the UK, it would be called, what would you say? I mean, it's
Autumn?
probably, yes, autumn. Nicely
Okay,
done.
that one's easy.
Okay, so this one's probably going to be a bit easy because you say it in the US, but vacation in the US would be called what in the UK?
Holiday.
Holiday, correct.
Woo!
And this is probably going to be the toughest one.
That's Sandwich's favorite movie,
So
The
I didn't know
Holiday.
this until searching this up. So when you're driving, you would see a crosswalk. The crosswalk, of course, would be something like someone's waiting. You just wait. You stop and allow them to cross, right?
Hmm.
What is the name for that in the UK?
The name for a crosswalk. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like you would say the same thing.
It has two words. One of them being fitting, the other one being more to describe the appearance of it. At least in the UK, it would be appearing like resembling that somewhat.
Parking lot in the US is funny over there too. Oh my god, I don't. Parking garage. I don't know. What is a
Okay,
crosswalk?
a crosswalk is called a zebra crossing
What?
because I don't know if it's probably the same for you, where it's like black and white stripes, so it resembles a
Yeah.
zebra. We just call it a crossing. We just call it a zebra crossing. You know?
That's so silly. I
Yeah.
love it.
I mean, it's not as silly. Like in hindsight, this is just a normal word. But in hindsight, when you think about it, it's probably a bit silly. Sweater in the US.
Sam didn't even know.
I mean, you probably don't know it, Sam, because we don't call it a crosswalk. We call it a zebra crossing. Um, but yeah, so a sweater in the US would be called what in the UK?
Wait, what in the US?
Sweater. A thing that you put over yourself, like a nice little jacket, but without the zip.
Oh, sweater.
Yeah. I mean, the
I
US
don't
name is
know.
a bit
Would you
more.
say like cardigan?
I mean, the cardigan is a type of
Okay.
sweater.
Sweater.
I would say like your name is more apt than ours because I guess if you wore a sweater, it would make you sweat and it would not make you do this because it's a verb technically. Like imagine like it's the er in the end, but it's a verb. Like sweat is a verb. This word is also a
Right.
verb.
Oh, I feel like I should know this one. I just jaywalk. Oh, a car park. That's right.
Yeah,
That
car
I knew
park.
that one. I don't know a what's a sweater? I don't think I know it. Maybe I will once you tell me.
It is a jumper,
Oh, yeah. I did know
which is
that.
weird
Okay.
because it would make you sweat. It would not make you jump unless it's really
Oh,
itchy.
dang, Troyer one. Is
Uh,
that what you were gonna guess, Troyer? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, probably the. I mean, it could be a delay. Who knew? I tell you what, we will leave it to the audience for this any that you don't get. So you call it in the US
Good idea.
a diaper, and in the UK, the equivalent of that is. I feel like I'm hosting a game show doing this, and our survey says.
Let's go. Mobile delay plus the delay for us in
Yeah,
Discord, Troyer. So there's delay all around. It's okay.
yeah.
Okay, what is a diaper? This is definitely
Sam,
the more difficult the
Sam,
more difficult
give the Americans a
method.
chance.
A nappy? Oh, I already saw it. What the hell? A fucking nappy?
Yes. uh, I mean, I guess I go to nap in it. Go to a nap in it. you know. Yeah. You can tell that you're really
I
laughing
like
when the
that
mic
one.
doesn't pick you up in the Discord.
Oh, it's because okay, yeah, I don't have filters on it in Discord. That's kind of what I was referring to when I made the
Yeah.
disclaimer earlier.
Yeah.
I would have never got it ever. Nope.
Yeah. I
Troyer, did you
mean,
know that one?
yeah. Okay. So the next one. I mean, once again, uh, this is down to if you've ever heard someone say it, and it's very rare that you probably would, unless you've travelled with an English person. Trunk, like the trunk of a car.
Um,
Now, Sam, and I know what you're thinking.
the trunk of a car. You know this one, Troyer?
Okay.
Um,
We'll wait for Britt to give a guess, and then we'll throw it to Troyer.
hatch?
No. Troyer, it's down to you to get this right for the team. For Team US. Uh, I mean, if Team UK is led by me, oh, come on. Bit right. There we go.
The boot?
The boot. It's called a boot.
How do you know these things, Troyer?
Oh,
I wonder if I'd be able to guess better if I knew the UK term for them.
yeah.
Wow, is there like a long list of these?
There's one more left.
Oh, that's it?
I mean, I had to put a notepad in, so yeah, only one left. But we've got another thing that we can do. So this is more your memory test, if you remember me.
Chuck it in boot, lad.
Took it in boot, lads. This just made me remember when I had a conversation with an English tourist in the summer, and I said vacation instead of holiday, and they were so confused. Oh, it's like the pants versus trousers debate. You get to the UK as an American, say something about your pants, when you mean your trousers, and you'll get some weird looks when you say, you know, your pants are soaked instead of
What
your trousers are soaked.
what does pants mean in the UK? Or just nothing?
Well, in the UK, pants means underwear.
Oh.
So yeah, but I tend to just call it underwear because why? It's more universal and a bit more helpful for people. But yeah, so the last one is a memory test. What the hell is a
Memory test.
binky?
What is a binky?
Yes, in the UK.
Pacifier?
I mean, it can be called a pacifier, but that's more of a universal term. What's the UK term though?
Um,
And this is basically a memory test because I remember telling you this. I remember you reading it.
Oh wait, that's right. I remember. I lost it.
Yeah, because it's a type of sweet as well, isn't it?
Wait, you sent me that fucking candy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is it called? No. I'm I'm
It
not
begins
gonna
with
cheat.
D.
I'm not gonna cheat.
It begins with D. I'll give you a clue.
Where knows it? It begins with a D, you said?
Yes. 2 syllables.
A d- a dummy.
Yes.
A
A dummy.
dummy?
Yes.
Okay.
A dummy.
Yay!
Yeah. Nicely done. So, okay, that one was correct. 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 That one was not correct. That one was not correct. So 5-2, 5-3. I'm getting count choice as a point, so 6-3, 7-3, 7 out of 10. You got. You should be proud.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
And
Let's
now we've got
go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Well
7,
done,
8.
you have
We
UK
got
citizenship.
yeah. You have UK citizenship, but can you prove? Can you fool a fellow Brit that you are indeed a British person like them? Question is,
I could try.
because there are 10 slang words that I've got here, and they are,
Oh,
and honestly, they are very regional. Because some of these I didn't even know until searching them up. So the first word is tosh. What does tosh?
Tosh.
Yes. God save our gracious queen.
Tosh.
Okay, so I'm going to use it in a sentence. So
Okay.
you saw me call my folder random tosh, and it's basically full of just nonsense and stuff like that. You could just say like, imagine like someone's told you a blatant lie. You say, that's a load of tosh you just said, mate. Uh, what do you think tosh means?
Oh. Well, I guess you kind of just defined it, right? Tosh.
Yeah, I mean,
Poppycock.
I mean, poppycock is another word for it. Uh, but I'll allow that.
6 hours.
I will allow that. It basically means rubbish or crap.
Oh,
That
rubbish. Oh,
stuff
that's another
thing.
UK word, though.
Yeah, rubbish. Crap, though, on the other hand, is universal. So
Shite.
shite. I mean, that's more. That's pretty much. That's equally Australian as it is English.
Oh.
Okay, now this
Hmm.
is the first word that I didn't even know existed. Well, the first term I didn't know existed. Throw a wobbly.
Throw a wobbly?
Yes. So imagine this: you have a child. It's crying angrily. You go to your significant other. Our child's throwing a wobbly.
Oh. Throwing a fit? Having a tantrum?
Having a tantrum. You
A
got it
wobbly.
spot on. Okay,
Proceeds
so
to drink your cup of tea.
now we're going to go back into for a term or a word that I actually understand. Kerfuffle.
Fuffle?
Kerfuffle.
Oh, kerfuffle?
Yes, like that. It's spelled that way.
I've heard that before. Kerfuffle.
Yes.
What is that, like an argument?
Correct.
Yes!
How did you even know
I
that?
have heard that one before.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And you know what? We're going to go for another easy one. Jammy.
Jammy.
Jammy. You know, Jammy. I went extra
What
posh with
is
that.
it?
So let's try and figure out a way to say it in a sentence. Jammy. Let's say, you are like playing a game of, say, Call of Duty with your friend on the opposite team. You both, you're shooting at each other. You somehow manage to kill your friend. Your friend goes to you, you jammy bastard. You know, you. Uh,
Oh, you knew what he's gonna say too. Let's
yeah.
go.
I mean, it actually went through,
Jammy
or it
bastard.
went through automod, so I knew what he was gonna say.
Oh.
What's the
um,
difference between jammy and jelly? Jammy is put on your toast. Jelly is wibbly wobbly dessert.
Jammy.
Also, jelly is short for jealous. Jammy is not jealous.
Oh. Oh, I guess.
Jammy is not jealous. So that's the difference between the terms. So let's think of another example because that one was a bit more situational. Let's just say you are playing a game of Uno, say. Uh, you're playing a game of Uno. You've got the final card. Nobody knows. Well, you've got the final. Well, let's say your friend's got the final card for this situation, but you've got just the card to give him more cards. You put it on the ground right as he's about to claim Uno, and he says, "You jammy bastard." You're a real jammy bastard there, as he accidentally picks up. Well, he has to pick up more cards.
I know what you're describing, but I can't find the way to define it.
Because I feel like when it comes to like any situation
Jammy
where,
bastard.
yeah, in any situation outside of what I'm saying, like it would not make sense. I mean, it's the same word, but the actual word itself makes more sense in different scenarios than it would be for jammy to be used in those scenarios. So if I said you won the lottery and I called you jammy for it, you know, it'll be different to calling you, say, the actual word.
There's a specific word that I don't know. I can't think of a word to
Let's
use for
see
it.
if it. We'll throw it to the our American friends in the chat. What does jammy mean?
Phone a friend?
Chance. Phone a friend, yes. Who are you going to phone? Give her a letter. The
Give her a
first.
letter.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, we'll go a bit more specific. It's a 5-letter word with 2 syllables. And it begins with L. And it can also be a dog's name. You can name your dog this if you wanted to.
What?
I mean, yeah.
A dog's name?
It can be. I mean, don't focus on that part. It can be a dog's name, but chance of you naming it that compared to everything. I mean, yeah. So,
Letty bastard. I definitely don't know this one, but I'm thinking like how we say spiteful. What is it? Tell me.
okay, do you all give up? I'm guessing
I
the
give
answer is
up.
correct. Lucky.
Oh, Lucky.
See, I told you, it can be a dog's
Oh.
name.
Oh, jump. Oh. Okay.
And now,
That makes sense. That
yeah,
checks out.
that checks out. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, we're halfway there with our 5th one. Hunky dory.
Hunky dory.
Hunky
Oh,
dory.
hunky dory. Everything's all hunky dory, all nice and good.
I mean, you technically got it. Yeah, okay.
Cheery.
Or cool. It's either okay or cool. So, yeah, you said good. So I'm going to.
Nice and good.
Yeah.
Citizenship revoked. I've failed you.
Don't worry, you got a chance to earn it back. I mean, you got hunky dory first time, so I'd say you have earned it back. What about the word?
I like hunky dory.
Gander.
Wait, what?
Gander. Gander.
Oh, gander.
Yes.
To look at.
Yes, to have a look around.
Take a gander.
Having a
I say that
gander.
a lot.
Having a gander around Twitch pages and you see Spicy Brit.
It's
Yeah.
just a gander.
Oh, okay. Now this is another word that I didn't know existed until I made this notepad. Grockle.
Rockle.
Grockle. And
Hmm.
someone's used this word before in our chat. But like, what
Really?
is the actual word for it? The actual word for Grockle. So that's the slang word. The actual translation for the word has been in chat. We in fact read it.
Oh,
It's a noun.
Grockle.
It's a name. So, and
Sam doesn't know in
yeah,
British and American English when I speak. Oh
like
my god, Anne, that's so
I'm
cute.
guessing this is completely regional because I've never heard someone be called a Grockle before. Because it's a name of a type of person. Uh, like, I mean, for example, you come visit the UK. You hear some random youth go past, like, think, "Hey, up, got some Grockles around." Look at them with their nice little carrier bag full of goodies that they got from the gift shop or something. I don't know.
Got some Grockles around. Some, what? Some candies?
No, Grockle is the name of the
Snacks?
person. Grockle is the name of the
Oh,
person. Uh,
some, I don't
so
know.
what like
Go
hey
to a
up, hey.
brothel to see a Grockle.
You know what? That might actually happen. It depends on how wild the said Grockle would be. Like, are they the kind of people to go straight to a brothel? The moment they, say come into the country, say they're going into the country on a vacation to have a nice visit, they immediately see, there we go, Troy's got it, a tourist.
Oh,
Like, I didn't
spicy
even
trip to the brass house.
spicy trip to the brass house. Nice one. Okay, now this is. I mean, I've heard this be used before. Damp squib.
Damp squib?
Yes.
Does
Shall I
that just
explain?
mean stupid?
No, but it's kind of similar. Uh, yeah.
Simple.
Let's just say, okay. So you got this idea. It's a terrible idea. It's just the worst idea someone's ever thought of for your plan. You go ahead with the plan. Afterwards, someone would say, "I think this entire thing was a damp squib, Brit."
Oh, it was a flop. It was a failure. And I still don't know what it means.
It basically means something that fails on all accounts.
Oh,
So you got it. I think you got it
a
there.
damp squib.
Yeah, yeah. Something that. Okay, now this one probably gonna be the easier one out of the two that we got left. Chunder.
Chunda.
Yes,
Chunda.
yes.
Easy. Oh, what the hell's a
When I
chunda?
give you a clue, you'll see. So let's just say you go to say everyone's favorite amusement park in the world, Alton Towers. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure that someone knows what Alton Towers is. That isn't me. um, but you go to Alton Towers. You want to the chunder. Nice one, Troy. You go to your favorite theme park in the world. The Smiler's there, but you're feeling a bit peckish. You're feeling like you want to have something to eat.
Peckish is another one.
Yeah. Oh, peckish. Peckish means hungry or feeling like you want to have something to eat.
Yeah.
So you go. Oh, there's a hot dog stand. You go order a hot dog with some onions and maybe some mustard as well, or some ketchup. Who knows? Before you go queue
Yummy.
up for the Smiler, and then you eat it. You go to the Smiler. You're feeling a bit nervous. And then you go onto the Smiler. The nerves are starting to kick in. The Smiler goes. You're going through those 14 loops, and by the time you get to like loop 6, you just chunder.
What's a smiler? Is that a roller coaster?
That's the infamous roller coaster. It's a
Oh, okay.
famous
Oh,
roller coaster.
chunder.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like the need to vomit?
Yes, chunder means vomit, basically.
Oh no, ew.
Yeah. Basically, and to explain the Smiler to you, so Smiler is holding the world record for the most loops in any amusement park ride ever. It's also infamous for a nasty incident that happened. Okay, let's see. It happened like a year or two after I went, or maybe 3 years after. Well, the last time I went, I should say. I went in year 8. I'd have been 13. So yeah, when I was like 15 or 16, so that would have been 2014, 2015. I think 2015. Basically, in 2015 there was a crash, uh, and as a result, it caused several victims. All survived, I think, but some of them were left without the use of their legs, and they had to have them amputated due to the severity of the crash. So
Hmm.
now it's infamous in like Alton Towers. That being said, it's still a fun ride, and I don't think there's been any noted accidents since then. And since considering it's been what 7 years, I would say like it's like that one incident was it had a lot of impact, but I feel like they've learned from their mistakes. So yeah, I would recommend the Smiler if you're a roller coaster guy or gal. Uh,
Lego stays.
yeah, like I miss Alton Towers. I haven't been since I was fucking 13, and I want to go again. Anyway, the
Too
final
long.
it's too long. I at one point oh that's going to be a story that we're going to have to tell at one point. Uh, but yeah, final phrase: brass monkeys.
Brass monkeys?
Yes, I've never
Hmm.
ever heard this term used before.
I've heard it, but I have no clue what it means.
Let's say it's January time. Uh, you're in the UK. It's especially, it. We'll say it's a foggy day. It doesn't have to be a foggy day, but it can be a foggy day. Uh, you're feeling the air is just incredibly like it's biting at you. You're feeling like a giant like cold sensation. Like you can just feel the coldness everywhere. You go to your neighbour, think, oh, it's absolute brass monkeys today. It's brass monkeys. I mean, it won't be in because it's more of an outside thing.
Cold? They mean cold?
Cold what though?
Cold and wet?
No, I mean, you got the cold part
Cold
right.
cold weather?
Cold weather, correct.
Oh,
I
okay.
have never ever heard anyone use the term brass
Sam, do
monkeys.
you know that one?
I mean, if Sam knows it, then he's probably the reason why it's even existing in the first place.
Oh,
He created the term brass monkeys. It's indoors
it's indoor
too.
too. Like this room is freezing. This room is brass monkeys.
Ah.
Oh.
I mean, the way that I had it, it just said cold weather. Like it explained it was cold weather, which is weird.
Hmm. I'm glad we have someone who has context.
Yeah. Uh, what are you trying to say? uh,
No,
but
it's
yeah.
just useful. It's helpful.
Back to I said that this is a story to bring up, so I shall bring it up. So,
Oh, is it okay if I use the restroom if you're
oh,
gonna
sure,
tell a
absolutely.
story?
I'll tell this story. You can go use the restroom.
Okay.
So yeah. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, the story goes that when it comes to Alton Towers is my favorite theme park ever. I've only been there 3 times in my entire life. One time for Scarefest, which is in October. Twice because of a reward trip in my schools. Well, the school in like my middle school in particular. That's the last time I've been, which was at the age of 13. The last time, like the first time I really had the chance to go again, was at the age of like 17 or 18. I was friends with a toxic friend, as you do. You go to like you have these toxic friends sometimes, you know, utter twats. But you talk to them, and it's just unpleasant, or it can be pleasant depending on the day. And at one point, like we went to Blackpool, and like they were like so toxic to the point where it's just like they're so condescending and egotistical. To the point where I was like, I went to my friend Lucas and said, I am done with being this person's friend. They can fuck off. And they said, that's fair enough, mate. Well, Lucas said that to me. And then the day after I made that official and, blocked communication with that, the fucking bastard, the fucking toxic friend, went to Alton Towers without me. And this was actually when I was at the age of fucking 19, because yeah, I was 19 when this happened in particular. Casso. Uh, oh wait, she hasn't got the headphones in. Or do you?
No, I do.
Okay. Oh, but yeah,
My boy.
like toxic friend, binned her off. Next day, went to Alton Towers without me. That jammy bastard, that jammy git. Yeah,
I mean, get.
that jammy git. I
Go
mean,
away.
at the end of the day, you know. Also, please do introduce our extra special guest here,
Oh, this is Tommen. He's my sweet baby boy.
and also more of a tiger than Tiger herself, which is,
Yeah.
you know, I think the only way that you could be more of a tiger,
He's so needy today.
yeah, oh,
Oh, Bubba.
little baby. Uh, but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't regret spinning off the person, even though it cost me the chance to go Alton Towers, and I still haven't been. I started streaming the month after. Look what's happened since then.
Oh.
I've met this person here, this person, and her adorable cat. Well, I haven't met the cat yet, but now I get to. Oh,
Wait, really?
I haven't met the cat. I mean, I've seen him on stream, but I haven't.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
haven't actually. Yeah,
I
it's
haven't, I
different.
haven't met. So
Yeah,
yeah,
good boy.
uh, yeah. Like at the end of the day, once like if you have a toxic person in your life, you have every right to take them out of your life. Even if like, especially if they're like fake people who like legit, they faked crying at one point. They faked crying just so that I
Oh
forgave them.
no.
Like they can cry on command. So yeah, he has to sort it out. He has his eyes as if he's slowly losing consciousness. Like he's slowly about to pass out. Uh, but yeah, I think we have one more conversation about we'll make it about streaming because we spent the entirety of the rest of this podcast talking about legit.
Lovely eyes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
Lovely butts. God damn it, Busbot.
Yeah. Someone has butts. Quite
My
right.
boy.
Uh, yeah, I feel like one thing that we should talk about is your. Oh my god, that actually works. Oh wait, no, that's just Buttspot being Buttspot. Okay. One thing that we should talk about is your future as a streamer. Like, I think it's fair to say that like you've been enjoying like streaming. Uh, like, like you said, like you were nervous to start off at first, but now that you're becoming the natural talent that you are, uh, and you know ascending to streaming godhood, you're
Oh my goodness.
you. I think it's fair to say that you're enjoying streaming. So
Absolutely. I love it.
yeah. So my question is, what are the things that you would like to do in the future as a streamer, and do you consider like to continue streaming for years to come, or do you have your own like other plans?
I would like to continue streaming and I would like to, kind of expand on it and like learn how to do other things. Like I've always really wanted to do YouTube content, like specifically like food stuff. So like I think having the courage to start streaming might help me like to have the courage to do something like that. And I just want to like keep learning stuff and like I really want to learn how to edit videos effectively and kind of just like learn how to use other platforms. But for as far as like my stream specifically, I'd really like to be able to start doing cooking streams in the future. Like and make that kind of like a regular thing and like combine my two passions. I think that'd be really freaking awesome
Yeah.
because I think it'd be cool to be able to share that with you guys.
Yeah. And honestly, if I ever feel the need to turn vegan, I'll just go to your streams and say, okay, let's just note down this. 2 tablespoons. Jeez, that's not being generous at
Yeah,
all.
and I think it
Go
would
for
be
the
really
five.
fun too. to do to just do traditional recipes, standard non-vegan recipes, and just alter them and make them vegan. So
Yeah, like
it would be
that's
like
a
a
good point.
fun
Like
fun way.
something like that's still delicious and enjoyable, and it's typically not vegan, but turning them so that they are vegan. Like I was going to say that
Yeah,
would be
it
a
just
really
makes
cool
it more
idea.
accessible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
I'm pretty sure I actually suggested that to you in Discord at one point. Uh,
Yeah, it was. It
yeah,
is in the suggestions section.
yeah,
You
because
ready? You want to get down, bub?
someone made a joke saying like, you know, make something vegan, but it's not at all vegan. I was like, and because like in terms of like how like that joke can not land, it obviously didn't land for that person who said it. So I was like, you know what, let's just change it up. Being like, okay, let's
Yeah,
just make it a bit more suitable. How about, you know, something that's
the
typically
more
not,
realistic
yeah,
suggestion.
something that's not typically vegan, but can be turned into something vegan, or something like, uh, you know, vegan, like vegan dishes for someone who wants to newly, who is newly vegan.
Yeah, something that you wouldn't really ever consider having, the ability to be turned vegan. I think that'd be really awesome.
Yeah.
Double chocolate banana bread? Yes, Troyer sent me some of that yesterday or the other day, and I just got
Oh,
it
that's a
yesterday,
good
and it's
question
so
now. Actually,
good.
you're vegan, but that just begs the question: how difficult is it for you to shop for the vegan stuff? Because I bet
Now
it's
it's
chocolates.
very easy.
Ah,
Because I know brands and I know exactly what to look for. It's super easy to just like skim an ingredients list and like know if I can have it or not within like seconds.
yeah,
I used to like when I first went vegan, I spent a lot of time at the grocery store and I would go through all of the ingredients list. It's definitely an adjustment, like having to look at that before buying something,
yeah.
but it's
My
really easy now.
my least favorite thing about that is that you go to the packaging, it'll say it's vegetarian, but it won't say it's vegan. So
Yeah,
how
or
do
like
you?
it says plant-based, but there's like eggs in it, and it can be
Yeah,
misleading for sure and disappointing.
yeah. Like I went to like my local Sainsbury's. I don't know what I got, but I picked it up. It said vegetarian. I was like, you know, it'd be great if they had like a similar like symbol next to it, but like instead of it being a green circle with a white V in it, it'll be like a red or an orange circle with a white V in it saying vegan. Like, wouldn't that like? I feel like that
Wow,
would.
yeah, usually if there's the circle with the V, then that means it's like a certified vegan product. But yeah, Troy, you're right. They have it labeled on a lot of things now, which is nice.
Yeah,
But yeah, there are a lot of things that, that aren't necessarily labeled as such that are almost guaranteed to be vegan every time. Like certain cookies or like crackers and things like that. They're
you
already vegan
every
and
time
you and it's stuff that you already eat.
every time like we say the word vegan, I think of Negan. Now,
Negan?
yeah, now I want to see a
We
comic
love
book of
Negan.
Negan the vegan.
I
Like,
wonder if there is any any fan fiction or fan art about that.
you know what? They've got.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
Man, now I
considering.
need to go watch more zombie content.
I mean, if you need zombie content, certainly not pointing at myself. You want to see
Wait,
zombies get murdered?
wait, do you stream after the podcast? Like do you do like a regular stream afterwards?
No, I do not. But
Oh,
I tend to like make sure that all streams come secondary to the podcast itself. So the podcast goes first, and then
yeah.
so if I've got a stream that day, I'll either just completely replace it with the podcast, or I'll just cancel a stream before, like from the day before or day after, and then just do the podcast there because I cancelled yesterday's stream, which I didn't have to do, but because like you brought up yourself in your stream and we talked about it a little ourselves of changing up the schedule of our own streams because sometimes it's because of your community having different time zones, and so sometimes you have to uh, bonsai good emote idea. Which is instead of Lucille, it's a barbed wired carrot. Uh, but yeah, so like it would be because of time zones from your community, or maybe in my case because you have those times where like your average views are below affiliate requirements, and so like I don't mind having like a low amount of people coming into my streams. The concern just starts when like it goes below the affiliates requirements, and that's why like I tend to try and change it up, and that's why I'm changing it up now because um uh yeah, like I started like doing 4 streams a week. It's like despite the fact that my streams are short, it does still like put a lot of like effort and a lot of like time beforehand to prepare. So it's honestly
And
like
it does take a lot of energy.
yeah,
Like, even if it's a shorter stream,
yeah,
it does take a lot.
exactly. And that's the thing. It's also the definition of shorter stream. For me, a longer stream is 4 hours. For you, that's a shorter stream.
Right.
So, I mean, you average like 10 hours. I don't know how you do it. Like, you're superhuman.
It's definitely been like a lot less lately. I haven't done a 10-hour stream in a while, but lately it's been, anywhere between 5 and 8. So,
Yeah.
um,
Which,
I,
once
I,
again, it's a fuck ton. Like,
yeah,
especially
I don't
considering,
know.
especially considering I'm the kind of person who does 6 hour specials. Whenever I get
Right.
like something like my birthday or my affiliate anniversary was also 6 hours. I've only ever done
Uh-huh.
one 12-hour stream before, and I wonder how that did. I wonder how that did, Britt, with your 115 raid, which is a COD Zombies number. It just felt perfect. Once again, fate. Like
It was?
yeah,
I didn't know about
like
the
if
number.
honestly, it's the element in which the lore of COD Zombies is based around. Because I think at the time,
Hmm.
Element 115 didn't exist at the time that it's set, aka during the Cold War. And also it's a fucking banger of a song by Alina Siegman, which I'm going to send to you actually after the stream, just so that you
Yay.
can listen to the most iconic COD zombie song in history, because everyone loves 115. Uh, so yeah, like I said, it just feels like everything like has like fate has led up to this moment of us being on this here podcast where I've got you.
It
I've got
makes me so happy that you feel that way.
yeah. I mean, early 2000s. I'm sure. Yeah, like I can't remember. I mean, well, Black Ops One was set in 2010, Sam, but the Cold War in the campaign is when Black Ops One is set. Well, it was released in 2010, so I think yeah, Cold War during the time was when 115 didn't exist as an element known, but now it is because chemistry just doesn't stop, does it? But yeah, getting back to yeah, like the reason why I end off like my time like on streams for your Friday streams before I go to bed is a simple reason. It's just that yeah, like despite the fact that we've known each other okay since early October, so 4 months, about 4 months. Despite the fact that we've known each other that long, it already feels like you've impacted me in more ways than people that I've known for 4 years. In that sense, like I've met like a lot of people on Twitch. I've met people who encouraged me to start streaming in the first place. People who encouraged me to keep going. People who encouraged me to innovate. And just people who are just really good friends. And in the end, you certainly fit into a lot of them. Not the streaming to begin with, because I didn't know that when I started streaming, but everything else. Like you're a good friend, and I think when I heard you talking about like the cool people that you're around, I was like, either that's where she got it from, or she was just causing everyone else to become that way. Because
Oh,
like your kindness, it's fucking contagious. I don't know how else to put it. It's genuinely contagious. Uh, and yeah, like I feel like I'm in a comfortable. Yeah, she is a blessing in many ways. Yeah, exactly. Like it says a
you guys
lot.
are so freaking sweet to me.
Like it's like I said, you've been here less than a year. You've cultivated an audience and a community so quickly, and you've kept so many still to be around that it truly is like a testament of who you are. That you've
And the
managed to
people
do.
who want to spend their time there, like it's just like such a freaking blessing because like it's one thing to, have a community, but it's a whole other thing to have a community absolutely full of people who I love and respect and like genuinely enjoy interacting with. Like
Yeah,
I didn't necessarily choose, the people who were attracted to my stream, but like the fact that all of you guys are just phenomenal is so lucky. I'm so freaking lucky. Fearless
yeah,
leader.
yeah. The only thing she fears
Jeff, I love
is
you.
oil wagons.
Ugh, I don't want to ever think about that again.
Oh, just be glad that that's the worst
Jay,
mission. Do they have an ointment for that? Yeah.
the treatment is more contagion.
Yeah.
That's the treatment.
Yeah. Just let it continue. It's like what when you say whenever you move to like a new
More
place.
exposure.
Yeah. When you move to they say when you move to a new place, let it take you, let it change you, and like let you yourself become a part of it. And
Exactly.
I feel like okay, thank you,
Alright, maybe I
Buzzbots.
do.
But maybe I do then. Uh, and
I
you
like
know,
your Buzzspot voice.
okay, that's officially Buttspot voice. I didn't even intend it for it to be like that. I was gonna say my horse is going a bit voice. My voice is going a bit hoarse. I should say my horse is also
Lots
going a
of
bit voice.
chatting.
Yeah, I mean you're easy to chat to. What can I say? Like, uh, normally like I have like difficulty speaking to people, like nerves and stuff like that. And I'll admit I was a bit nervous talking to you, but you just you know you're the kind of person who puts a person like me at ease whenever we're talking to you because general vibes, contagious kindness. It's just I don't know what else to say other than yeah, thank you for everything that you've done for me personally and for your community. I'm not the leading spokesperson for the community, but I'm sure everyone agrees. you know,
You could be the leading spokesperson, honestly, Chris.
I mean,
I would trust you with that title.
I will apply. I mean, there is a channel point redemption for inspirational speech for a reason. I may have a list.
Oh! Wait,
Um,
I definitely have enough points for that.
50k.
Oh no, I don't.
How many do you have?
I spent too many points on Cowboy Chris. I'm at 14.2k right now.
Okay, so you can. Oh, please don't put no swearing. uh,
I have no interest in
I mean,
redeeming that.
or if you're feeling wealthy enough. Well, I am joking, but now I need to find out where it is. Right
We're
there.
saving up.
If you're wealthy enough, you can make me do an inspirational speech at the cost of 10,000 bits.
Oh, I did. Oh, that's right. There's like a bit
Yeah,
equivalent for all those.
yeah. To be fair, it's very difficult to do these inspirational speeches. I've only done like 4 or 5 ever. And
Yeah, it's a lot,
the
especially to
first
do it on
one,
the
I had to
spot.
do a fucking cowboy voice with it.
Oh no! Wait,
Oh, AJ,
did
thank you.
they redeem both back to back?
One redeemed the inspirational speech, and I think it was CK. Fucking CK. Get that man a shout out. Because he is, first of all, the last guest that I
What's
had
pony a
was.
slang word for?
Pony is a slang word. Unless it has the words my and little before it. No, it isn't. you know? I mean, but yeah, like CK, I think was the one who redeemed the cowboy voice, and so as a result, I didn't even have the cowboy hat. I had to wear a fucking beanie to become the equivalent of it.
Damn.
I mean, beanies used to be my main aesthetic whenever, like before streaming. It would be, I'll fucking put on the jacket as well. It just, oh, it would just be this beanie which I'm putting on. Like that.
The sandwich is pony, as in good, delicious. Man, I want to say I'm hungry. I want a
Well, it could
sandwich.
mean disgusting, you know.
Oh, could mean disgusting. You're right.
So this was my general like look every time I went out in public. Just this weird like this jacket and this beanie. Uh, and the only reason why I wear the beanie is because of my alopecia. Honestly. To those who don't know, actually, have you seen my alopecia, Britt?
No. Oh, it's shit. Oh no. I
It's
like the beanie.
what? What did you just say? Because I had my headphones down.
Oh, I like the beanie.
It's a good beanie, and the only reason why I have the beanie is because of my alopecia. So, to anyone who doesn't know what alopecia is, it's a condition where stress causes your hair to fall out in patches.
Oh, it's a stress condition.
Yes, I was diagnosed with it when GCSE started, which is the final exam for high school. Uh,
Oh, damn.
Obviously, you can probably you have a friend like that. Yeah, like it's a shitty situation because I feel like I can't go out in public without wearing that hat ever again, which means summers are just fucking boiling. Uh, but at the end of the day, I'm human. I'm allowed to have flaws. Damn it. So
Absolutely.
yeah, problem is I just live in an area where looks matter apparently, where everyone is like
Really?
everyone's just so quick to judge you based on your looks here.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. I mean, it may be a bit less like that now that I'm an older person talking to older people who are more mature. But when I was in like
Oh,
my
like in the
mid,
school setting?
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, no one
that's
really
very
outright
unfortunate.
said it, but like I did, I think I mentioned it. Where did I mention it? Oh, I mentioned it yesterday. No, I mentioned it the day before, but I didn't mention it on stream. I mentioned it to someone else. That I did like get like some twat who outright called me Cancer Kid because of the patches.
Wait, in
And
real life,
in real life, right to my face, I was tempted to beat the shit out of that young punk.
it would
But
have been it would have been
I mean,
deserved.
yeah, and honestly, despite the fact that it was my friend's cousin who said it, I think he would have still sided with me despite being a bit drunk. I don't think he would have blamed me at all. But at the end of the day, you know, that was just one cunt in amongst quite a few lovely people. Yes, that is how I pronounce the word. Cunt. Uh, it's not just high school. I had this since middle school, and for some reason, my part of the country has middle school, despite the fact that most of the country elsewhere just has primary and high school.
We have middle school too.
I know you have middle school, so
Yeah.
like, so I know that you understand the concept of middle school, but in UK, it's not like that.
Hmm, interesting.
Apparently, okay, so Automods held that. Apparently, that counts as misogyny. Really? Not bullying?
Hmm.
Misogyny, of all things. Uh, so yeah, lovely story time of how I became me. Just, you deal with a load of cunts in my region of the UK when, you know, sometimes it's a family, well, a friend of your, well, family member of your friend. Sometimes it's just a random person who thinks they're tough. And honestly, I feel like the only reason why I got bullied as much as I did was because they knew that I wouldn't do anything about it. But what are they doing now?
That's the Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
Yeah. And,
Over
like,
in NA, it's considered pretty foul word. Yeah, a lot of people dislike it.
yeah. I mean, it's probably the most vulgar word into the swears. Like, uh,
Yeah, it definitely cuts deep.
it's referring to the twat waffle. Absolute twat.
Loved High School PLA for the friends aspect.
Oh,
Yeah, there were definitely it was yeah, they were more available,
I was talking
more
to this with my
people readily
friend. I
available.
was talking to this with Lucas a few weeks ago when I was playing Elder Scrolls with him. I was like, well, thinking back, we had the worst friends because, like, once again, people just
Friends.
friend. I mean, in the end, they did become friends, but also
Hmm.
they were twats to me. Let's just be honest. Like, one person put chewing gum on my feet. humiliating experience there. I was ready to snap his fucking glasses in half, but I am I am shockingly passive. I mean, I have like with the amount of stuff that I've been through, you wouldn't think I was as passive as I would. You think I'd be like the most Gordon Ramsay level of rage in the world. Maybe I'm just waiting for the true beast to be unleashed. Who knows? Uh, but yeah, like so that was that
Perhaps.
incident. I had an incident where someone just casually slapped me. I mean, it wasn't like a soft slap, but it wasn't a hard slap. So they just kind of just like they'll just repeatedly go like that, and they do it so repetitively that like, it wears down your cheek. So obviously it started hurting, and I started crying, and then they stopped and they apologized. But even then, like when you're growing up with people and you have to put up with that shit almost on a daily basis. Like it is just terrible.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
would very easily negatively affect a person.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think that's why I'm a bit more paranoid or a bit more wary of people nowadays. It's just that
Very understandably
yeah,
so.
like I find I have a hard time trusting, and it gets even worse. Like when you're like the person who is in the wrong sometimes. Like you just like you're in the wrong, but you still like have this like thing being like why like you're still feeling not wrong about the entire situation. Like you're feeling like sometimes it's like yeah you're wrong, but you had a point with this thing, or like you had a point about this part, and that's why like I tend to like make sure I am very specific with what I say. Uh, because simply put, I've had a lot of times where people are either very vague or people like will try and manipulate like the things that you say to work in their favor. So at the end of the day, you just have to just make sure that you remember what you say to the very word when you have to deal with people like that. I find. I don't know if you've ever had like the experience like I did when in school where people were just outright cunts to you, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, not not really. No. I think I lucked out. I never really was, at least not directly, you know.
Yeah,
I was always like super self-conscious, but I usually had like enough people who were nice to me
yeah. Like
to counteract
I
it.
had people who were nice to me, but sometimes that would be bombarded with like them being hanging out with a group of friends that were not so nice to me, or like would say something absolutely cruel and harsh, and say it was just a joke when like I'm not
Yeah,
actually.
that's not very
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. So yeah, teenage waist on years, hair past my shoulders, and surly attitude. Oh, I mean, we all became like. Don't get me wrong. Teenage years are the years where you become a bit more edgy. So you have a bit like of an attitude when it comes to that.
True.
So I can't say like I absolutely blame like any of them because at the end of the day, it's just their natural way of growing up. That being said, some of them were still twats to the point where they shouldn't have been twats, especially when they were told to stop and they just kept going. It's just childhood at the end of the day. Like, I, I like to say that I've moved past it because emotionally, I'm feeling nothing about it. But also, I just like to talk about it, like so much because you have those high schools where, like you said, some people are just nice to you. People are nice to you, but sometimes you're with like you have to put up with the people who are not so nice to you. And with the education system, the biggest flaw I think is just I said that a bit American. I think. Um, I think the biggest flaw of the education system is the fact that you're forced to grow up with people that you don't want to grow up with. Uh,
Right, yeah, you don't have a choice.
yeah, like I mean, if I got to choose what year I was born in, and where I was born, I would choose Pennsylvania. About 10 years earlier, you know. Uh, yeah.
Yes, if fate brought us together this far apart, then imagine what it would do if you were born at that time in that place.
I feel like
Imagine.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we would make a good team right now. Like, just a great, like, iconic duo. I have the revolver. You have, I don't know, dual wield pistols.
Okay, well, when the zombie apocalypse
Yeah,
happens, like we gotta meet up somewhere.
yeah.
Have you guys switched accents for 5 minutes at some point? I've never heard Chris try to talk in. Well, I've heard the cowboy accent,
I
but not just like a
can't. I can't
regular
do any
American
American that's
accent.
not cowboy. I'm afraid I'm not an accentologist.
I'm
Uh,
not an accentologist.
it's like it's a natural thing somehow. Like I remember at one point, like Sean Hutchie, who is a wonderful streamer, give her a shout out. She was playing Spider-Man, and at one point she commented on someone's accent, like or like someone's voiceover in one of the Spider-Man games. I can't remember if it was PS4 or Miles Morales. And so I googled the voice actress who plays that character, and it says that they were an accentologist. I was like, that's a thing.
That's freaking cool.
Um,
How does one become an accentologist? I need to do that.
well, tell me, how do I speak in a Pennsylvanian accent?
Gotta do some homework to be able to do it next time.
Yeah, go
how,
ahead.
how do you?
I don't know. How do I?
How do I? No, it's definitely not no cowboy
That's a bit
accent.
more. That's still Texas.
Yeah, you're still going south.
Same accent as the person that you
That's
Googled.
hilarious that the American equals Southern.
Southern, yeah.
Just talk about Steelers, Heinz beans. Oh, that I'm so
Steelers
hungry.
Heinz
Beans
beans.
sounds so good.
I mean, I need to know what
If you
words
ask
we
Santa,
say the same. If yeah, he'll refer
he'd
to.
refer you to a Yinzer video.
You know what? We're
Please
asking
no,
better
I
then.
don't speak like that.
I mean, I probably have better. I mean, here's the thing: when I say British accent, there's like 50 different ones. Like,
True.
there's mine.
Very true.
I think I'm pretty sure Sam probably sounds a bit more posher than me because he's a bit further south than me. So I say disaster. He'll probably say disaster. You know,
And Sam sounds completely different than you.
yeah. And then you have people who are Cockney, Scottish, Irish, Northern Irish, I'd say. Which I mean, that's in itself. I can't tell the difference between Northern Irish and regular Irish accents. So that Welsh accent. I can't even do Welsh accent, and I'm closer to Wales than I am to London, I think. So how would I do? I'm not gonna try.
Where are you from without doxing?
I am from. Okay, that's the thing. I don't. That wouldn't dox me because just because you say where you're from, that doesn't mean where you're living right now. That may be the case that I'm living in the place where I'm from, but it doesn't mean that I am living there. So I'll say that I was born and raised in Stoke, a very not well known city outside of England. Meanwhile, after doxing myself, Britt is going to track me down.
I literally did start typing right
I
after.
could tell.
No.
You're more,
Accents are
you're more
street
north.
by
Oh, are
street.
you close to I feel like you said you were Manchester, Sam. He's more south then. Oh well. We'll yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like when it comes to accents, me saying an American accent, that could mean anything. You saying British accent could mean anything. Oh, that reminds me of a PewDiePie video. It was called "Just Another Day in Russia," like a Reddit shitpost. And at one point, it was like talking about how Russia is described in different medium, and then he referred to the UK in that way, where it's like in TV and films, it's like talking like how posh like they are. Then you go to the UK and it's us being like, "Oh, bruv, what the fuck are you talking about?" You know, like we have so many accents. Yeah, you like we like. Oh, I mean, I think that's a case of like, I don't know how like the concept of accents happen, especially when it comes to two countries which have always spoken the same language, but are somehow pronouncing them differently, or have been pronouncing like, or been like, using the same language for a long time. Just brought up around heavy Irish accent and Manchester accent. So mine's a bit fucked. Oh yeah. That's another thing when you're like half one accent, half the other. How do you cope? But yeah, that being said, I feel like we should leave it for this month's podcast. Britt, once again, thank you so much for stopping by. If you know, okay, and someone from my
Yeah,
yay! Once
so
again,
fun.
yeah. Honestly, I thought we were going to end this half an hour ago, but we got into another tangent, which once again puts into perspective how good you are at making sure other people are also behind on their own like streams.
I even get blamed for other people being behind. Let's go. That's how you know I'm doing it right.
Not
Let's
blamed,
go.
praised.
Blame slash praise combo.
Yeah. Uh, that being said, yeah, I had a lot of fun today. Like, I was very excited for this because, once again, like, I've been in your streams. You have, like, some of the most fun and interactive content on Twitch that people really should be paying more attention to in the Twitch world, in my opinion. So, yeah. Like, that's all I can really say. Like, if you're not following Brit already, fucking follow it. Like, he's like me, but
Respectfully. Oh, if you want to.
respectfully, fucking follow her, or we're done. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? This always happens. So I always like 10 out of 10 podcast. Thank you, Sam. I really do appreciate it. But yeah,
Thanks for
like,
the follow, Troyer.
uh, imagine if I heard like your sound alerts like go off, I'd be like, okay. Speaking of
Seems
which,
interesting. Might follow.
thank you, Warpick. I really do appreciate it. You are going to be live again tomorrow, right? At the usual time
Yeah.
of 10 p.m. GMT, which is 5 p.m. EST.
Yes.
Which sounds great.
I'm freaking learning time zones. I love it.
Yeah.
I suppose I could drop her a follow if I have to. AJ just had to drop me a follow yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah. Thank you for introducing me to such a gem. She is more than just a gem. She is a fucking ruby.
Ooh.
I don't know how I come up with these compliments on the fly.
You're a natural. That's exactly how.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me singing. I'm a terrible singer. Speaking of which, you've got a karaoke night as well. Oh yeah, fucking diamond.
Oh yeah, karaoke nights tomorrow.
You're cyan in the border, so you're a diamond. That makes more sense. And I'm a
Freaking diamond.
I'm a fucking lava lamp because I'm orange. So yeah. So when did you say karaoke night? Was tomorrow? Did you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Karaoke night tomorrow. I'm nervous, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I hear the sirens in the distance. I think they're trying to prevent me from singing in the karaoke. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time because once again, if your streams are anything to go by, you just have that voice, that fucking voice that could like fit in any genre. So yeah, like I think you're going to somehow make it to The Voice, the show, The Voice.
That's a good show, man.
Yeah. Like,
haven't had drinks in so long. It's gonna be fun. Same, Jeff. Freaking same.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna have a little party tomorrow. I'm excited.
What time will that be going ahead?
What?
What time will that karaoke be going ahead? Oh, wait, is it going? Oh, is that happening live on the stream? I can't remember.
Oh, no. Wait. The drinkies? Yeah, we're gonna pregame before karaoke, but that karaoke's in Discord.
Happening after stream, right?
Yes, after stream.
Right. So yeah, that's the next time to catch her. The next time you'll catch me is, well, it depends. It's likely going to be Saturday because podcasts don't get uploaded to YouTube until the start of the next month. So yeah.
Okay.
So I can't wait to edit and I can't wait to edit and upload this because I just have this thing where like I don't like my own voice, but whenever like I'm talking to someone that's someone as interesting as you, I should say. Like I pick my guests very carefully, guys. I have a list. I have a list of people to put on the podcast, and it's only down to availability. So if anyone who you've seen before on the podcast, they are interesting people, I'm going to try and find more interesting people to put on the podcast. No one likes their own voice, unless your name is Britt, in which case you should love it because, and I would kill for it. Uh, uh,
I never did until all of you guys started telling me that you liked it and that it's soothing. So now I'm learning to like it
I
just
mean,
because of your like compliments.
yeah, I mean the Spice Cast. Oh, you know what, Britt? If you want to co-host with me in future, just DM me. This has been so enjoyable. We are going 40 minutes above, like we're 40 minutes longer than I thought we would be, because I'm just having so much fun doing this right now.
My first time was a success. Chris, thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Honestly,
It's a freaking
yeah,
honor.
like I only invite the
Sam
best
owns the
people.
name of everything.
50% profits. Okay, well that's only for the Spice Cast. Wanted streaming is my baby. Uh, I will happily help. Well, I'll happily have someone babysit as a co-host if ever like come the time. I'll have to trade accents next time. I'll tell you what, if I ever like run out of guests, I'm coming to you first for like a co-hosting opportunity. We're like, hey Britt, do you want to start something new? Do you want co-host? uh, yeah, like
The opportunities are endless.
the opportunities are endless, and like you can come with some US uh terms and like translations, slang, stuff like that. I can come prepared with a Pennsylvanian accent. Uh, it's going to be a fun time if we ever like. Well, I say if, but I think that only comes down to your choice at the end of the day. Thank you to everyone who has come by. And I hope you enjoyed it. It sounds like you guys did because you're sending so many wonderful messages in the chat. Uh, do you have any parting words?
Oh, they can still hear me.
Yeah, you can still hear
You
you.
guys are awesome. Thanks for freaking hanging out with us. It was so much fun. I had a freaking blast.
See you guys later, guys. Until next time, stay calm, take things easy, and I will see you in the next one. Britt will also see you in the next one on her channel. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Bye.